Gar in left. Bannister at short. Orta at second. Zisk in right.
Bill Howard.
Gamble is the DH. Spencer at first. Lemon in center. Soderholm at third. Essien the catcher. And Stone is 110, lost 7 to pitch. For the Red Sox, Rick Burleson at short.
Thank you.
Freddie Lynn in center. Jim Rice in left. Carl Yastrzemski the DH. Carlton Fisk the catcher. George Scott at first. Butch Hobson at third. Denny Doyle playing second. And Rick Miller in right field hitting ninth with Louis Tiant. He's won 6, he's lost 7 with an earned run average of 5.26. Well, we're ready to play. Tiant is about 39 going on 63. He'll be 37 in November. Born in Havana, Cuba. Now lives here in suburban Boston. A squatty right-hander, 5'11", better than 200 pounds.
I imagine when it comes time for his pension, though, that'll change quickly.
I would think so.
He's been around a long time.
Well, the rain has stopped. The flags are lifted. Now, just as I say that, a few drops fall. I would imagine now that the umpires are just going to start this thing and go as far as they can. And now, if there's another downpour, I would guess they'd have to call it. It's already almost 9:45 here in Boston.
It'd be hard to put that tarp on again because it's awfully wet.
Here's Ralph Garr, 2 out of 5 yesterday. Hitting 300, 7 homers, 37 runs batted in.
Leading off on the White Sox.
Ralph ambles up to the plate,
Fielder.
and I do mean amble.
Gar.
Cleveland has tied up Texas 3-3. Louis Tiant's first pitch of the ball game. Here it is. And Ralph swung hard, and he fouled it back. After an hour and a half delay because of rain, Ralph Garr was trying to make up time by swinging at the first pitch.
No batting practice?
Texas start an hour and 11 minutes.
1 strike to nothing. There's a base hit to left field. Garr singles to left. The ball slows up on that wet grass in the outfield. We had an hour and 11-minute delay, and Garr
Bannister.
starts it off as if he were on schedule
Bannister.
with a single to left. Here's Bannister hitting 310. Had 1 out of 5, driving in a run yesterday. White Sox have won 6 out of 9 from the Red Sox. Runner at first, nobody out. Louis Tiant from the belt. The pitch. A low pop fly, going to be caught by the shortstop. Bannister busted his bat as he popped to the shortstop, Rick Burleson. One man out.
Number 6.
Jim DeVos.
Florida. Second base.
Wanting to say hello to the gang back in Prospect Heights. Out of Chicago into here. Al, Jackie, and John Cosenza from Brookfield, Illinois are here. Jim Friend and Carol Washburn are vacationing in Boston. Orta, 2 out of 5 yesterday, hitting 286. 9 homers. Louis Tiant ready. The throw to first, the runner back.
Harry, you forgot that Tiant has lost his no-hitter.
Yeah, it didn't take long. Left-hand hitter waiting. Louis Tiant. Delivered. Good fastball right in there. Tiant, born in Havana, Cuba. He's been in professional baseball since 1959. Came to the big leagues in 1964. 1 strike to nothing. Now the stretch. Here's the pitch. Low outside. Jim Keir and Susan Miller are here from the Chicago area, sending greetings to Nixon Riverdale. One ball and a strike, 1 out. Here's the pitch by Tiant. There's a long drive hit into right field, going to be caught. Rick Miller sloshing through the mud in the outfield. Hauled down Horta's line drive. That was a changeup, and it didn't fool George at all.
Gave George plenty of time, Harry, to double hitch. But that Rick Miller, rain, sleet, or snow, boy, he can go get him.
He's really an outstanding defensive outfielder. Here's Richie Zisk hitting .304. He had 2 out of 5 yesterday.
This looks like he's 18 years old and that picture up on the board.
First confirmation picture when he graduated from high school. Put their caricature up on the board here in center field. Louis Tiant ready. The pitch to Richie Zisk. There it is. Whoa, he threw the fastball right by him. And Zisk was really late on his swing.
The pitchers with a rain delay like this have the advantage. The hitters certainly are going to be slow, and it'll take them a couple times at bat to get their normal swing.
1 strike to nothing. Here's the pitch on the way. Swings, and he fouls it back. Strike 2. And Zisk is in the hole.
Zisk got a pitch inside that time, boy, and he's really talking to himself as he walks around the batter's box. When he's hitting good, that's the ball he ripped if you'll hang it in there, which Tiant did that time.
Zisk's last home run was on July the 1st. So he's gone 3 weeks without hitting a homer. This is the 25th. 2 strikes and nothing. Zisk, 19 homers for the year. Now the pitch, here it is. Well, a bit low. Oh, boy, that didn't miss more than 1/8 of an inch. 2 men out. Ball game has just started, an hour and 11 minutes late. Richie Zisk digs in. Oscar Gamble will be next. Ball game in the 1st inning. Now the pitch. Here it is. Swung late and he fouled it back. Oh, he's been getting some good pitches. Tiant was trying to slip the fastball by it.
Truer words were never spoken.
2 strikes and a ball.
What fascinates me is the way Zisk had trouble with the breaking ball, especially the curve, and Tiant, a master of throwing it, hasn't thrown him one.
2 strikes and a ball.
Jack-o'-lantern telephone.
Now the stretch. Here's the pitch. There's a curveball. He popped it up. Under the ball is Denny Doyle, the second baseman, and he makes the catch. No, it's no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. Gar's leadoff single was wasted. We go to the bottom of the 1st, no score.
Now, True Value hardware stores offer a 50-piece socket and toolkit for just $26.95. It's the True Test 50-piece polished and chrome-plated alloy steel kit for just $26.95. The kit includes 1/4 and 3/8 inch drive sockets, a reversible ratchet, a set of wrenches, pliers, a hex key set, ignition kit, and more, all in a handy storage case. With that many tools in the True Test 50-piece socket and toolkit from True Value hardware stores, you can do most home and general auto repairs yourself. And that means means you'll save money on costly labor charges. Get the True Test 50-piece socket and toolkit for just $26.95 exclusively at participating True Value Hardware stores.
True Value Hardware is more than just a name. It's a way of doing business that means True Value.
With Jimmy Pearsall and Lloyd Brown as we go to the bottom of the first. Rick Burleson will be leading it off. He had 2 out of 5 yesterday, 6 out of 11 against the White Sox in these last 3 games between the two clubs.
Pittsburgh defeated Atlanta 6-3. Rush the winner. He's 6-10. Losing pitcher Necro. He's 9-12. 10,000.
Pirates stay within 2.5 games of the Cubs. Cubs now lead the Phillies by 1. They're 2.5 ahead of Pittsburgh. The Dodgers are 10.5 ahead of Cincinnati. The White Sox lead Kansas City by 4. Baltimore out in front of Boston by 1 with the Yankees 2.5 back. Minnesota won again today. They're 4.5 out at the moment. The White Sox coming home to open that important homestand tomorrow night will be either 3.5 ahead of Kansas City or 4.5, depending on whether they lose or win. If they lose, they come home 3.5, which would be a gain of a game and a half on this short road trip. Or 4.5 ahead if they win, which would be a gain of 2.5 games.
Number 7.
Rick Burleson leading it off.
Fossey just hit a home run for Cleveland in 6th and the 7th. They put him out in front, so they're still batting. They lead now 4-3 over Texas.
The Rangers are 8 games out. They've been playing outstandingly well, but they haven't been able to game because the White Sox keep winning.
They've won 12 out of their last 15 games, Harry, and gained only 1 game. From 9 to 8.
Here's Burleson. Steve Stone. Looks down, has his sign. Curveball a little bit low. There's a bouncing ball to Bannister. He's got it. Throws to first for the out. Bannister kind of stumbled as he fielded the ball, but recovered nicely and threw Burleson out. 1 gone.
Saw a little ice cream cone in that.
Here's Freddie Lynn. Burleson was 0 for 4 against Stone when he faced him in Chicago. Here's Freddie Lynn. He was 0 for 3. He had 2 out of 5 yesterday, including a home run. Hitting .265, 12 homers, 43 runs batted in. Now the wind, the pitch, takes it inside. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. The White Sox face the Detroit Tigers. Chris Knapp tomorrow night. Ken Kravik Wednesday night. Wilbur Wood Wednesday night. Then Ken Kravik, Barrios, Stone, and Knapp will pitch against Kansas City. There's a strike call. 3 balls and a strike.
Going into the top of the 8th, Cleveland leads Texas 4-3.
1 out, nobody on. 3 balls and a strike on Freddie Lynn. Steve Stone into the windup. Here's the pitch. Ground ball. Base hit. Spencer dives for it, can't make the play. Lynn is on his way to second with a double. Lynn doubled past Spencer.
If Spencer had the glove on the other hand, he'd have got that ball. But he made a great effort. It was hit very sharply.
There's Jim Rice now. Rice triple and single against Stone in Chicago. Powerful right-hand hitter. Now the signal given. Oh, boy. He had a cut. 1 strike to nothing. Now the sign. The pitch to Jim Rice. Oh, boy, that knocked him back right over his head. And the crowd boos. Steve Stone, of Pump Room fame on the hill.
You know, he threw a great slow curveball that Rice didn't even come close to. And Rice looking for it again, almost got caught.
So a new ball goes into play. Bill Hallard, the plate umpire. Ron Luciano working at second. Fred Spen and Mike Riley are the other 2 umpires. A ball and a strike. The pitch. There it goes! Forget about it. Holy cow! 10,000 miles. He was going to throw him another slow curve, and Jim Rice was waiting for it. Steve Stone will go down in Guinness's Book of Records on that one as having thrown the longest baseball maybe ever hit. Guard didn't even move in left field. I thought it was going to hit that house across the street. And maybe it did.
It's still rolling down the common.
Now it's raining again. Here's the pitch to Yastrzemski, and it's high. 1 ball, no strike. 2-0 on Jim Rice's 25th home run of the year. He has tied his teammate George Scott. There's a bunt in the air, foul. Nobody can reach it. Oh, man, I don't... Wow. You know, that's a big left field fence, and then they have a high screen. If you hit the screen, that's a home run. Well, this ball went as high over the screen as the fence is high. I never saw a ball hit any better than that one. There's an off-speed curve for a strike. 2 strikes and a ball.
The fence is 40 feet high. The screen is another 25. So he really, like you said...
2 strikes and a ball. The pitch. There's another one, but it's going to go foul. Best thing that can happen to us tonight is it starts to rain real hard.
Tony's throwing a curveball right now. It's coming down so slow that you just can wait on it.
And, of course, in this ballpark, hanging curveballs go a long way. 2 strikes and a ball. There's a foul ball back. Jim Rice now tied with George Scott for the American League home run lead. Each has 25. 2 strikes and a ball. Now Stone is ready. Here's the pitch. Hayes struck him out. High, hard one. 2 away.
I think Harry's listening to the fans about that 1 o'clock limit that's taken off now.
The curfew, yeah, I think on the last trip in they waive it. The fans have their umbrellas out, but I would imagine it's going to have to rain much harder than this before they'll call this game now after this long delay. It's almost 10 o'clock in Boston. 2 men are out. Here's Carlton Fisk, hitting .308 with 17 homers. Now to wind up the pitch, low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strike. Curveball in there, beauty, a strike call. And that evens it up at a ball and a strike. A double by Lynn, followed by a tremendous home run by Jim Rice, has given the Red Sox the lead. Now the wind, the pitch, here it is. Fouled it back to the screen. Boy, these fans, must be another 30,000 today. Tonight, a lot of the fans who usually sit in the bleachers aren't here. It's so wet out there, it's still raining. 2 strikes in the ball. Right-hand hitter up there. Now the wind, the pitch. High pop foul. Essien off with the mask, under the ball. Makes the catch to retire the side. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left. At the end of 1, Red Sox 2, White Sox nothing.
Put a little Chevy in your life. It's a giant small car Celadon.
Your Chevy dealer is really anxious to give you a good buy on a small Chevrolet now during Chevrolet's giant small car Celadon.
Get a Chevy, get a car you're gonna like. It's a giant small car Celadon.
Chevy Chevette's got the highest EPA gas mileage rating of any car built in America. Chevette, with its available 1.6-liter engine and standard transmission, is EPA rated at 43 miles a gallon highway, 31 city. That's an estimate. Your mileage will vary. But 43 highway, 31 city. That's terrific.
Put a little Chevy in your life. It's a giant small car Celadon.
Chevy Monza is rated at 33 miles a gallon highway, 24 city, with standard 4-cylinder engine and manual transmission.
So get a Chevy, get a car you're gonna like.
Right now, America, at your Chevrolet dealers.
It's a giant small car Celadon.
You'll love it.
Let's pause for identification.
This is WMAQ Chicago.
WMAQ.
Harry Carey back at Fenway Park. Oscar Gamble's going to be leading things off. Chris Knapp for the White Sox tomorrow night against the Tigers. Wilbur Wood will pitch Wednesday. You know, last year, the winningest pitcher on the Chicago White Sox staff was Ken Brett with 10 victories. Steve Stone already has that total this year, and so has Francisco Barrio.
Oscar Gamble. There's hitter. Gamble.
Here's Oscar Gamble to lead it off. A steady drizzle, but they're playing. Louis Tiant is ready. Here's the first pitch. Outside, ball 1. Gamble hitting .254, 18 homers and 40 runs batted in. Left-hand hitter digging in. Now the windup by Tiant, the pitch. There's a hot smash. Scott's got it. The pitcher covers the toss. He's out. Nice play by Scott. There's the difference between Spencer and Scott. Both those balls were hit the same. Scott, being a right-handed first baseman, was able to reach with his glove hand for the ball, whereas Spencer, being a left-handed thrower, had a dive for the ball, trying to make a backhanded save. 1 out.
I wonder if Jim gets more balls hit in the hole and makes the good plays, or does Scott make more plays over the bag?
I'd have to gamble on the left-hand first baseman having the advantage.
I would, too.
1 out. Here's Spencer hitting .264. 14 homers, 48 runs batted in. Now Tiant is ready to wind up the pitch. Here it is. Off-speed pitch high.
A fellow by the name of Pete Rose just got his 2,881st hit, a record for switch hitters.
Who held the record? Frankie Frisch? Now the pitch. Again, the off-speed pitch. This time it's low. 2 balls, no strikes.
How about Shane Dees? He might have been close around there somewhere.
I don't think he
played a long time, though.
1 out, nobody on. Now the signal given. Here's the pitch. There's a drive, but it's foul. After 2 off-speed pitches, Tiant was going to throw the fastball by him, but Spencer really uncocked. That way, it got out in front, as a matter of fact, and lined a foul. 2 balls and a strike. 2-0 in favor of the Red Sox. Rain still coming down. Now the wind, the pitch, here it is. Swung and he missed. Strike 2. Louis Tiant. A tough cookie.
It's quite a story, Harry. Going back to the minors and fighting his way back after he was an established pitcher.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Now the windup, the pitch. High pop foul. Hobson chasing it over to the stands. He's going to have, maybe, can't quite make it. And he drapes himself over the railing into the stand. Gets a hand from the crowd as Rick Burleson helps him get uncurled, as it were.
Well, what a fine attempt. This young man fears nothing because he just dove right in there like he was going to recover a fumble.
There's Spencer trotting towards the White Sox dugout. He wants a different bat. He wants a Louis Tiant special. Tiant's always been tough on the White Sox. His career mark, he's won 19 and lost 10. Steve Stone was the winner against Tiant, 7-3 here, June the 16th.
We didn't get to Tiant until about the 5th inning either.
1 out. Steady drizzle. Ball game in the second. 2-0 Boston. Jim Spencer trying to get hold of one. Louis Tiant is ready. The windup, the pitch. Way wide, ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Chet Lemon will be up there next. Now the pitch, here it is. Ground ball, 2, Scott. Knocks it down, picks it up. Flips to Tiant for the out. They got that play down pretty fast. Scott knocks it down, picks it up, flips to the pitcher.
Well, he's really become an awfully big man, Scott. He used to be very agile and move quick. He'd have taken that play years ago by himself.
2 men are on. Here's Chet Lemon. 1 out of 4 last night. Or yesterday, rather. There's a high pop foul out of play. Strike 1. 2-0 in favor of Boston.
Going into the 5th, Cincinnati, St. Louis all tie at 4 apiece.
Cleveland over Texas, 4-3 at the end of 7. Baltimore over Milwaukee, 2-1 at the end of 8. Chet Lemon digging in. Now the pitch, here it is. Look out. Inside. Lemon hitting 274. Now the signal given in the windup. Here's Tiant's pitch. Swung. He threw the fastball by. Good fastball right through there. 2 strikes and a ball.
With Tiant's motion, if you look for anything but a fastball, he'll throw it right by you.
Now Louis ready. The pitch. Bouncing ball to Hobson. There's the peg in time. White Sox go down easily. 1-2-3. Nothing in front. We go to the bottom of the second. Red Sox 2, White Sox nothing.
That melody you hear says that pleasure's near. From one dear lover to another strolls. So play that friendly sound. Pass that great taste around. Real dear lovers know. That means Stroh's.
The Stroh Brewery Company, Detroit, Michigan.
Your telephone and your radio. That's all it takes to win in the great Q-In on WMAQ.
You just won yourself a $350 color TV.
Oh, my goodness.
you've just won yourself a $100 bill.
Oh, fantastic.
You are $1,000 richer. Oh, you're kidding.
Better get ready. There's another Q-In coming up on WMAQ.
Harry Carey with Lauren Brown and Jimmy Pearsall as we go now into the bottom of the second, and here's George Scott. He had been leading the American League in homers, but now Jim Rice has tied him.
5 feet 4, Staggs just hit a home run, his second for Toronto. Against Detroit. It's amazing how small you can still hit those home runs.
At Tiger Stadium.
Yeah.
Here's George Scott. Hitting .269. Stone struck him out 3 times when he faced him in Chicago. There's a strike call. 1 strike to nothing. Scott hitting .269. 59 runs batted in. Now the pitch. Curveball low and away. Boy, they got Lynn with 43 ribbies. Rice was 64. Yastrzemski was 65. Fisk with 56. Here's a pitch inside. Scott with 59. Thompson with 70. Boy, that's a lot of RBIs. 2 balls and a strike. The pitch swung, line drive, right center field. Nobody's going to get it. Rolling, bounces into the bullpen. A ground rule double.
I don't think Stoney's got too much tonight. Maybe just the rain delay. He warmed up a little bit before and then came out of the bullpen, went inside, then came back out again. So he's not really throwing.
And, of course, he is always, naturally, he's got to worry about his arm. Whenever you have the history of a bad arm in these kind of weather conditions, you worry about it. Here's Hobson now. Now the pitch. Hit by a pitch ball. Nobody's warmed up in the bullpen as yet, but I would imagine they soon will be stirring.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a bunt right here.
Denny Doyle, a good bunter.
Kirkwood, of course, pitched well his last outing in relief in Detroit when he went 6 2/3 innings. He's out in the bullpen.
Here's Denny Doyle looking. Two to nothing in favor of the Red Sox. Steve Stone is set. Now the pitch. Here it is. He's going to bunt to the third baseman. Soderholm close to first. He had a cinch close play at second base.
Right, Harry. He kept the double play in order. His ball was bunted so hard that if he goes to second base with the ball, he gets the force out and still keeps the double play in order. Now, we don't have a force anywhere.
Here's Rick Miller. And Bannister was over there covering, and I'm sure yelling for the ball.
Jim Randall hit a nice off on back row.
So it's runners at second and third. 1 out. And here is Rick Miller hitting .248. No homers, 12 runs batted in. He was hitless against Steve Stone in Chicago last week. Now the stretch. The pitch. Low inside. Slider.
That ball was bunted so hard, and with Scott running a very slow runner, he could even run back to third and tag the bag.
1 ball, no strikes. Rick Miller waiting. Infield playing back. Now the pitch. Low ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. The outfield, the center fielder and the left fielder play Rick Miller to hit the left. The right fielder plays him normal. So a lot of room in right center. The pitch swung, line drive. Base hit. The run is there. Here's another man holding. Here is just fumbling the ball, but the runner held it third anyhow. Oh, we got a break there. He could have scored easily.
Yes, he could have. Just kicked that ball everywhere, couldn't find a handle on it, but he kept it in front of him. And Jost couldn't tell where the ball was.
Now somebody's getting up in the bullpen. Stone don't have a thing here tonight. Luckiest thing that could happen to us would be if it would start raining even harder than it is at the moment.
Cusick is up, Harry.
Jack Cusick is starting to warm up. Boy, the funny thing about Stone, when he is good, he is very, very good, and when he is bad, he is horrid. That's like the little girl in the nursery rhyme.
His last outing against Boston at home, he just threw the ball hard. Threw it by them when he struck out Scott 3 times.
And Hobson 3 times. Infield playing back. The pitch to Burleson. Swung, and he missed.
Now he's trying to get a ground ball. He throws that ball right in his eyes. So I guess he doesn't have too much, and he's not sure where it's going.
3-0 in favor of Boston. White Sox have won the first 3 games on this 4-game road trip, so they're assured of a good trip no matter. If they win tonight, they come home 4.5 ahead. If they lose tonight, they come home 3.5 ahead. And 3.5 ahead would be a game and a half better than when they left home. Which, when you consider there's only 4 games played on this trip, pretty good gaining ground. Sometimes you win 10 in a row and don't pick up any ground. Kansas City, in one stretch, won 15 out of 17 and gained a half game on the White Sox. Runners at first and third. Rick Burleson, the batter. Steve Stone delivers. Double play ball to Bannister. Over the second, 1. Over the first, 2. We're out of the inning. And Orta made a fine pivot coming across the bag. Burleson rolled into a double play. 6-4-3. 1 run. 2 hits. No errors. 1 left. At the end of 2. Boston 3, Chicago nothing.
We've got something for everyone, and we've got something for you. We've got everything under the sun, and we've got something for you.
One of the big reasons why a Zenith Chromacolor 2 should be your next color TV is Zenith Space Command 1000 with instant zoom close-up. It's an exclusive Zenith feature that zooms you into the action. Just press the zoom button on the remote control and the zoom picture is 50% larger. You get an instant close-up. It's available on selected 19, 23, and 25-inch diagonal Zenith Chromacolor 2 models. Stop in at your dealer for a demonstration and zoom into action.
We've got something for everyone, and we've got something for you. Come on by and join the fun, and we've got something for you.
Harry Carey with Lauren Brown and Jimmy Pearsall as we go down to the top of the third. Our good friend Emmett O'Neill from Lee King and Partners Advertising Agency in Chicago, watching the game here in Boston. Eric Soderholm, who's hit 3 homers on his road trip, 2 yesterday and 1 Saturday. He's now hitting .293 with 12 homers, 35 runs batted in. Soderholm leading it up. Soderholm against the Red Sox this year. Been very effective. With 11 hits and 31 times at bat. Here's Louis Tiant with a 3-run lead. Now the pitch. Swung and he foul tipped. 1 strike to nothing. Nobody on, nobody out. White Sox back home against the Detroit Tigers tomorrow night. Game time at 7:30. Seats are available. There's a high drive, deep center, way back. Way back is Lynn near the wall, and he makes the catch at the exit gate. Holy cow! Freddie Lynn went to the 420-foot mark. Straightaway center, all the way to the exit gate. Anywhere else but there, it would have been a home run. 1 out. Here's Hessian. Hitting 281. 7 homers, 36 runs batted in. He had a double off the left field wall yesterday. 3-0 in favor of the Red Sox. The end of 8, Cleveland 4, Texas 3. Now the signal given. Here's the pitch. Right down the middle of fastball, a strike called. The Yankees were rained out against Kansas City. Now the wind, the pitch. Here it is. Little tap to the second baseman. Easy out. Over to first. Who's gone? That's 8 in a row retired by Louis Tiant since Garr started the game with a single to left.
Hessian is so far out in front, his foot, that he has nothing left. That ball was just hit on the end of the bat with no effort up behind it.
2 men are out. Here's Garr. The only man who's had a hit. Now Tiant is set. Into the windup he goes. A pitch to Ralph Garr. Here it is. Slow ball high outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Remember the White Sox return home after the game, open a big series tomorrow night. Big homestand. There's the curve in there. Detroit tomorrow night and Wednesday night. Reserve seats are now available. Any kind of seats are available. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the windup, the delivery. Here it is. Swings and he foul tips. Then after a day off, the battle for first place against the Kansas City Royals with a night game Friday night, a day game Saturday afternoon, and a doubleheader Sunday. 2 strikes and a ball. Now the wind. Here's the pitch. Line down the left field line, but foul. 2 strikes and a ball. And right after Kansas City, the Texas Rangers move into Comiskey Park. Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, and Thursday night against the White Sox. Now the windup. 2 strikes and a ball. The pitch. High fly ball. Center field. Way back. Near the wall is Lynn. At the wall, and he makes the catch. Holy cow. 2 balls. In this inning by Soderholm and Garr, hit to the extremity of the ballpark, 420 feet away, and Lynn hauled them both in. 1, 2, 3. Nothing at Cross. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Boston 3, Chicago nothing.
Round, round, get around, I get around, yeah, get around, round, round, I get around, get around.
This summer, you can really get around with a transfer from RTA. In the city, in the suburbs, wherever you want to go. Suburban buses, Nortran, Westtown, South Suburban Safeway lines, and all CTA buses and trains. You can travel in Chicago, in Aurora, Joliet, Waukegan, Wilmette, Maywood, Homewood, Des Plaines. Wherever you want to go, the RTA makes it possible. And if you start with the CTA, you can get a transfer that's good on suburban RTA lines. So go to the beaches, the lakes, the amusements, the ball games. Wherever there's something you want to see or do, there's an RTA way to get you around. For more information, write RTA, 300 North State Street, Chicago 60610.
Harry Carey back at Fenway Park. This crowd still buzzing. Soderholm and Garr hit to the extremity of this ballpark. 420 feet away. And each time, Freddie Lynn hauled the ball in after a long run. And now he leads it off in the bottom of the third. Milwaukee batting in the ninth. Baltimore leads 2-1. Now to wind up the pitch to Lynn, swung on. Ground ball right to Spencer, knocks it down. Races to the bag, and he's out. Close play. Spencer knocked that ball down and then engaged Fred Lynn in a race. Lynn slid going into the bag. Spencer came across standing up and won the race. 1 out. Here's Rice, who homered with a man on. Signing in the ninth. Cleveland leading 4-3. Rice takes a strike on the outside corner. Minnesota this afternoon beat Oakland 2-1. Now the pitch. Swung and he missed. 2 strikes and nothing. 1 out, nobody on. Ball game in the bottom of the third, 3-0. Now the pitch, here it is. Swung and he struck him out. A breaking ball. Rice goes down swinging. Milwaukee just took the lead at Baltimore, 3-2. Milwaukee got 2 in the ninth. And now the Orioles trailed. Oh, Baltimore came back to tie it. 3-3 at the end of 9. Here's Yastrzemski. First pitch in there, strike off. 2 men are out, nobody on. Light rain, but they'll finish it now. Here's the pitch. Slider inside. A ball and a strike. 2 men are out. We're in the third. Now Steve Stone gets set. The pitch to Yastrzemski. Curve low. 2 balls and a strike. 3-0 in favor of the Red Sox. Boy, we've got enough balls hard to have 8 runs. Remember, the White Sox have never been shut out this year. Now to wind up the pitch. Low, ball 3. Bill Haller, the plate umpire. 3 balls and a strike. Detroit holds its lead over Toronto. 2 men are out, nobody on. The pitch. Ball 4. The Stone has hit 1 and walked 1. Allowed a 2-run homer among 4 hits. Here's Carlton Fisk, fouled out his first time. Baltimore, Milwaukee tied 3-3 at the end of 9. Yankees in Kansas City rained out. Now the pitch to Fisk is a curve over the outside corner. 1 strike and nothing. 2 men are out. Ball game in the third. Now the signal given. Now the pitch. Swung on and a high pop foul back and out of play. Len Sakata, a second baseman, a rookie, hit a 2-run homer for Milwaukee in the 9th inning as they tied the Orioles 3-3. Len Sakata. I bet you that Earl Weaver's kicking things around. A little rookie like that. Cost him a ball game. Now to stretch the pitch. Outside. 2 strikes and a ball. 2 men are out. Bottom of the third. A game delayed for better than an hour by rain. White Sox back home at Comiskey Park tomorrow night. Two strikes and a ball.
Haller threw that ball so hard, ran halfway to the mound and fired it at him knee high. That's what excites the fans.
Now the signal given. The pitch. Here it is. Foul the dot. Now, the interest in a Baltimore game is obvious. Baltimore leads Boston by 1 game. A Baltimore defeat and a Boston victory would make it a virtual tie for first place. It's separation by percentage points. If Boston wins, now to stretch the pitch to Fisk, fouled it off his foot. If Boston wins and Baltimore loses, Boston will be in first place by 1 percentage point. Whoever wins will pick up a half game on the Yankees. Whoever loses will lose a half a game of the Yankees. White Sox left home 2 games in front, are sure to return home no less than 3.5 games in front. So even a defeat would have them gaining a game and a half on this 4-game trip. All right, huh? Right. 2 strikes and a ball. 2 outs. Runner at first is Yastrzemski. Now the pitch. High fly ball should be caught. Richie Zisk calls for it. He's got it to retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. At the end of 3, Boston 3, Chicago nothing.
The following little reminder just might help your car use less gas.
You could be wasting gas. It's the last time you change your spark plug. Worth a good while to go. The fresher your spark plug, the better your mileage you know. So fill it up, fill it up, fill it up with Champion. Pull out the old, plug in the new, fill it up with Champion.
Some folks put off changing their spark plugs till their car starts running badly. Now, that's a little like waiting till you get a flat to change your tires. Champion would like you to remember that the fresher your plugs, the better your mileage. Think about that the next time you pull up to a gas pump.
Harry Carey back at Fenway Park. We're moving now to the top of the 4th inning. The White Sox, who have yet to be shut out this year, have had only 1 hit off Louis Tiant. But boy, they've hit enough balls hard to have at least 3 runs. Long way from being over, and the rain has stopped now, so there's no longer that question about a short game. Alan Bannister will be leading it off here in the 4th inning. And moving in to tell you all about it, here's Lorne Brown.
All right, Harry. As you mentioned, the White Sox trailing 3-0, and also the White Sox, the only team in the major leagues that has not been shut out this year. The team that has been shut out the most in the American League this year has been Milwaukee. They've been shut out 10 times. Cleveland, Seattle, and Baltimore have all been shut out 7 times this year. Who's the top pitching staff in shutouts? Well, Texas right now. They've surpassed Baltimore. They've got 10 shutouts. The Orioles have 9. Alan Bannister will lead it off. Popped up to the shortstop his first time up. He'll be followed by Orta Imzisk. Outfield play him straight away. Tiant with the big motion delivers a fastball that's low, ball 1. They've had some good crowds here the last couple of days. They had their biggest crowd of the year, 35,000 plus on Saturday. Right-hander ready. Here's the 0-1 pitch, low and inside a ball. And they had 34,490 yesterday, but I think this rain got the crowd somewhere, maybe a little over 30,000. Here's the 2-0 pitch, way high a ball, 3-0. He wants a new baseball, so Bill Haller gives him one.
Detroit defeated Toronto 8-3. Wilcox the winner, he's 2-0. Bird the loser, 1-3. Tennis in Detroit, 16,911.
Hey, that Wilcox, former Indian and Cub, has been pitching well for the Tigers. Beat the White Sox the last time we faced Detroit. Here's a pitch of fastball for a strike. You know, we talk so much about 11 games in a row with Kansas City and Texas, but you can't overlook that Detroit club. They have really given the White Sox fits this year. Have been beating them 5 out of 8 times. Here's a fastball for a strike. So the count goes full to Bannister, 3-2. In fact, the White Sox have not beaten the Tigers in Chicago this year. So the White Sox would like to even up their season series by sweeping that two-game set. Here's the 3-2 pitch to Bannister. Swinging a pop-up to the right side, in play. Fisk over near the seats. He's there, and the catcher has it, and there's one out. So Tiant, working out of that 3-0 situation, came back on a 3-2 count and got Bannister to foul out the catcher. So there's one out, and George Orta, the batter. George flied out to right field his first time up. Orta's hit a home run against the Red Sox this year, has driven in 5 runs against the Bostonians. Average up to 343 against them. Tiant into the windup delivers a fastball that's inside a ball. Now Haller goes out something out on the field. Freddie Lynn giving it to Luciano. Jimmy?
The flat can that was scaled out there. That's a little dangerous.
A little bit, I guess.
I remember years when I came in with Cleveland, I used to throw flashlight batteries out there. It could be a little dangerous.
A year ago, the White Sox won 6 and lost 6 against the Red Sox. They're playing 2 less games this year, 10 opposed to 12 because of the expansion. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Orta, and it's up high a ball, 2-0. But the White Sox will leave here tonight no worse than 6-4 for the year against Boston. Won 4 out of 5 in Chicago, and they've split the first 4 games here in Boston. This is the 5th and final game of the year, barring a playoff, here in this park. Here's the pitch, a fastball for a strike. 2 balls and a strike to Orta. Nobody on. Gar led off the ball game with a single off Tiant. Since then, he has retired 10 straight hitters.
Bad news. Texas came up with...
Hang on 1 second. Here's the 2-1 delivery, and it's outside a ball.
Texas came up with 3 runs in the top of the 9th inning. They lead that ball game 6-4 going into the bottom of the 9th against Cleveland.
And those Rangers have won 3 in a row, 12 of their last 15, and as we mentioned earlier, have gained only 1 game on the White Sox over that period. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Here's a swing and a long drive to center field. Lynn going back. He's not going to get this one off the wall. Ricochets beyond him. Lynn is down. He may have hurt himself. Here goes Orta going to third. Miller hasn't picked the ball up yet. Now he gets it into the infield, and it's a triple for Orta. That ball ricocheted off the center field wall, and Lynn came down. He may have hurt himself, Jimmy. And Miller couldn't get the balls. They're going to give him an error. It'll be a double and an error on Miller.
That's right. But it's awfully wet out there, as you said before, and it's kind of tough to get your footing or get your hand to grab that ball. It's really wet in that area.
Lynn came down pretty hard as he leaped for that ball. That's the 3rd ball tonight that has hit the straightaway center field, but that one Mr. Lynn could not get. And a runner in scoring position with 1 out. Richie Zisk, the batter, and that ends the string of 10 straight retired by Tiant. Zisk popped up to the second baseman his first time up. Richie has belted 2 homers and driven in 7 runs against this club. Has a chance here with a fly ball to bring home a runner. Takes a fastball for a strike in the inside corner. 3-0. The Red Sox out in front. The rain looks like it has stopped completely as we look up into the lights. Right-hander ready. The 1-strike pitch. Just missed on the outside corner of ball. Scott at first. Denny Doyle back in the outfield grass at second. Burleson at short. And Hobson over at third with Fisk doing the catching. Rice is in left field again tonight. Yastrzemski still the designated hitter because of that sore foot. Freddie Lynn in center field and Miller in right because of the knee injury to Dwight Evans. Right-hander ready. The 1-1 pitch to Zisk. Here's a swing and a shot, a base hit to left field. So the White Sox will not be shut out tonight. And now they bring the tying run up in a 3-1 ball game in the form of Oscar Gamble. I'm not so sure that if that error had not been committed, that Orta would have been able to score, Jimmy, because the ball was sharply hit, plus the condition of the field. They may have held him up at third.
No question they wouldn't have been able to score him at all because that ball was really hit hard. Fisk is talking to Tiant, and Tiant is shaking his head. I imagine that he's hanging breaking balls, especially to Fisk now, and that's why previous time he had some good cuts at him.
So Fisk goes back behind the plate, and Oscar Gamble steps in. Hit a smash to Scott his first time up that Scott handled and threw him out with a pitcher covering. Gamble has busted a home run off these Red Sox, and it was right here in this ballpark earlier this year. He represents the tying run here. Here's the pitch, and it's a fastball at the knees. So Tiant has gotten behind the first two hitters, and he's gotten out in front of the last two hitters.
And the pitcher he hit the home run off of was Louis Tiant.
Deep into those right field seats, as I recall. Right-hander ready. Here's the pitch. Here's a swing and a smash. He was waiting for it. He pulled it foul.
The same curveball, Harry, that he hit for that home run, but he was a little bit too anxious, and he jumped out at it. But he sure ripped it foul. But that was the same pitch he hit in that right center field for a home run.
So he's out in front of Oscar Gamble now. 2 strikes. Zisk with the lead off of first. Scott playing just a hair behind him and between Zisk and the bag at first. Right-hander out of the stretch. The pitch to Gamble. Swing and a miss on a fastball. He struck him out. That's the first strikeout by Tiant for the night, and now there are 2 out, and Jim Spencer, the batter, who grounded out to the first baseman with the pitcher covering his last time and only time up tonight. Tomorrow in Chicago, it'll be Chris Knapp going for the White Sox against Dave Roberts. And then Wilbur Wood will be hurling for the White Sox on Wednesday night against Arroyo. Then against Kansas City, Friday, Saturday, and the doubleheader Sunday, it'll be Kravick, Barrios, Stone, and Knapp. And we'll imagine we'll get the whole group of Royals, Splittorff, Leonard, Hassler, possibly Gura. Right-hander ready. The pitch to Spencer's a fastball for a strike. Yeah, after these 2 games with Detroit, 11 consecutive games with the Kansas City Royals and the Texas Rangers. 7 with Kansas City and 4 with Texas. And 8 of those 11 will be played at Comiskey Park. Right-hander ready. Runner lead off of first. Here's the 1-strike pitch. Here's a swing and a fly ball to left field. Rice coming in. Now he's hustling further, and he's there, and he's got it. And that retires the side. But the White Sox peck away here in the 4th. A double and an error really helped Harry as the base hit gave the White Sox their lone run.
Yeah, and Richie Zisk came through to drive in his 66th run of the year. You know, Nick Gladys is known by Chicago's basketball fraternity as one of the best shooters to ever play at Loyola. Nick, one of the investors in the White Sox, by the way, could be described now as a local boy who made good. While he missed baskets at times while starring at Loyola, Nick never misses at his popular one-stop food and liquor store located at 43rd and Lake Park. And that's because Nick always sees to it that he has in large quantity what the people want. So it's only natural that permanently displayed at one stop is Stroh's beer. Yes, Stroh's is as popular at the supermarket as at the bar. And it's people like Nick Gladys and his wife Mary who operate places like the one-stop food and liquor store at 43rd and Lake Park who really know best what the people want. And when it comes to beer, it becomes increasingly evident that people like and enjoy Stroh's. Stroh's, family brewers for more than 200 years.
WMAQ. We're your radio station, and that means we're always looking for new things to do for you. That's the reason we ask you to call us at 591-4000 and tell us what you want. That's also the reason we bring you the big singers live in concert. It's also why we give away big money in prizes, including color TVs, cars, and stereos. We share the money with you. And, of course, we play the music you ask for. And we've got more new things on the way. We're here for you. Your radio station, WMAQ.
Warren Brown, along with Harry Carey and Jimmy Pearsall at Fenway Park as George Scott leads it off here. In the bottom of the 4th, the Red Sox 3, the White Sox 1. First pitch, pops it up, comes straight back towards the screen. Essien coming back. He's lost it, but no avail because it hits about halfway up the screen. And there's 1 strike in the batter. He spread out his hands and said, "Where is the ball?" Either that or in disgust that he didn't have a play on it.
I don't know who he's going to deke, but he had his arms out there.
One strike to Scott. He doubled off of Stone to lead off the second and scored the third Red Sox run. Stoney in the windup delivers. There's a swing and a drive to center field, but it's right at Chet Lemon, who had him played perfectly. Well hit ball, but right at Chester.
Well, you talk about a ball getting to an outfielder in a hurry. He just moved about a muscle. It was right there.
So Scott lines out for the first out, and the batter is Butch Hobson, who was hit by a pitch his last time up. Hobson was 1 for 4 yesterday, struck out twice. He strikes out quite a bit. In fact, already this year, he has struck out 101 times and 342 times the plate. That's almost a third of the time. Here's a swing and a pop-up to the shortstop. Bannister backing out on the outfield grass. He's there, and he's got it. They're 2 down. So this is the first time. Well, I take that back. In the last inning, Stone got the first 2 hitters. So there's 2 out, and Denny Doyle, the batter, sacrificed the runners over to second and third his last time up. You know, Jimmy, that may have been a blessing in the last inning. You and Harry were talking about the fact that Soderholm on the sacrifice had a chance to get the runner at second. And if he had gone to second, the way things turned out, after the base hit, here's the pitch to the batter, and it's low ball. 2 balls and no strikes. You had runners at second and third, and then a base hit put runners at first and third. Well, you still would have had the double play in order with that man on first, as the Sox did turn it over and get out of the inning. There's a swing and a foul coming back. But it was fortunate, though, that the man who did advance to second was unable to score. But everybody playing safety first baseball tonight in this weather, and you've just got to do it that way. Here's a swing and a pop-up. Bannister on the outfield grass. The shortstop is there. He's got it. And Stone getting stronger, Jimmy. He's allowed only 1 man to reach base in the last 2 innings, and that was on a walk, and he retires the side in order for the first time here tonight.
Let's get him some runs.
All right, we're at the end of 4. Boston, 3 runs on 4 hits. The White Sox, 1 run on 3 hits.
Imagine 1 cubic foot, a solid square, 1 foot high, 1 foot wide, 1 foot deep. Now imagine 5 cubic feet. Based on the U.S. government's 1977 estimates of new vehicle interior size, that's how much more room you get inside the new Chevrolet than you get in the older style full-size cars still being sold by Chevrolet's nearest sales competitor. That's the U.S. government estimate as reported in the 1977 EPA guide for new car buyers. You get 5 more cubic feet of room inside the new Chevrolet. Because room is important, America, and Chevrolet wants to bring you more.
Warren Brown and Jimmy Pearsall, along with Harry Carey, back at Boston as we go to the 5th inning, and we've just been informed our big payoff inning here. So the 5th, the big payoff inning with Chet Lemon, Soderholm, and Espian coming up. And Chet Lemon will be batting for Tracy Hennessy of 530 Burnt Ember in Buffalo Grove, Illinois. Tracy Hennessy of 530 Burnt Ember in Buffalo Grove. If you don't know how the game is played, it's thusly. If Lemon gets a single, Tracy Hennessy will win $50. $100 for a double, $200 for a triple, $500 for a homer, $25 if he should get on base on a walk, safe on an error, hit by a pitch. And if he does not get on, if he makes it out, Tracy will win 2 tickets to a White Sox game. Louis Tion in the windup, and the first pitch to Chet Lemon is a fastball for a strike. Lemon grounded out to third his first time up. Jack Horner is still around in the big leagues. He's come on to pitch in the 6th inning for Cincinnati. Here's the pitch inside, a ball almost hit him. Horner started the year pitching at Indianapolis. Joe Horner, not Jack Horner. Joe pitched at Indianapolis and was their pitching coach in the American Association, and say that Cincinnati club is pitching shy. They called him up, but he's now pitching against his former Cardinal teammates. Here's the pitch, and it's low outside a ball. It's Cincinnati 4, the Cardinals 6. 6-4, St. Louis at the end of 6 innings of play. 2 balls and a strike to Lemon. Right-hander goes into the windup and the pitch. Here's a swing and a shot. Foul ball down the left side, just barely.
If Mrs. Horner is listening in, her little boy Joe, who's about 42, is still pitching.
Right.
He's older than I am.
Sounds like a Jack Horner, the nursery rhyme. That Jack Horner's been around a long time. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Lemon, leading it off here, batting for Tracy Hennessy of Buffalo Grove, Illinois. Well, if the wives and friends of the ball players are listening tonight, stay tuned. We'll tell you what we're going to get home after this game is over. It'll be approximately 3 hours after this game is over. Right-hander ready. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Here's a swing and a fly ball down the right side. Curving foul. It's out of play. But the bus will leave the ballpark an hour after the game, so it's going to take about 40, 45 minutes possibly to fly out of here after that. Then a 2-hour flight. So it'd be almost, you could figure anywhere 3 to 4 hours. Jimmy?
There'll be no trouble with traffic tonight at the airport.
Yeah, 3 to 4 hours, including dropping that hour off the time. Going on 11 o'clock here. 2 balls and 2 strikes. This is one of the great cities to get to the airport, except in the rush hour. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Low and away a ball. So he's got the full count on him, 3-2. Tiant gave up a leadoff single to Ralph Garr, and then he proceeded to retire 10 in a row. Before Orta doubled, went to third on an error, and was singled home by Richie Zisk for the lone White Sox run. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a smash, a base hit to left field. Burleson dove to his right, couldn't come up with it. And the White Sox get their 4th hit of the night. Second time tonight they've got their leadoff man on. So for that single, Tracy Hennessy of 530 Burnt Ember in Buffalo Grove, Illinois, wins $50. Jimmy, I hope we give a lot of money away here in this inning.
He keeps hanging that slider like he did that pitch. We might give a little bit away.
Eric Soderholm, the batter, and he is batting for Emmett McMahon of 3901 West 75th Place in Chicago. Emmett McMahon, or Mahan. M-C, capital M-A-H-O-N. Soderholm, flied out to center his first time up. Eric hitting .355 with 2 homers and 3 RBIs against this club, and he backs off a breaking pitch that hits his bat and goes foul into the Red Sox dugout. In the International League at Columbus, Ohio, a fellow by the name of Rod Scurry, or Curry, is it? I think it's Curry, made his first start in AAA tonight and threw a no-hitter for the Columbus Clippers over the Richmond Braves. 2-0. So a name you might be hearing in the future. Right-hander's ready. Here's the pitch. There's a swing and a long drive. Center field. Going way back is Lynn. Way back. He slips. He's there. He's got it up against the wall. Here comes Lemon coming back. That's twice tonight that Soderholm has drove Lynn deep in center field. Well, we've been getting the wood on the ball, Jimmy, but hitting it to the wrong part of the ballpark.
The air is rather heavy, even though the flag is blowing a little bit. That ball looked like it had a chance to go into the center field seats, but it just died when it got near the fence.
Emmett McMahon of Chicago wins 2 tickets to a Sox game of his choice as Jim Essien comes up now. He's batting for L. McFarland of 604 Savoy Place in Valparaiso, Indiana. Initial L. McFarland. So there's 1 out and Essien the batter. He's grounded out to second his first time up. He, like Soderholm before him, represents the tying run. And the pitch is strike. Breaking ball. Jimmy, or Harry?
Excuse me. Lauren, when you get a chance, I want you to go in that press box and read a story that came on the wire on the Billy Martin situation. You really get a bang out of it.
Can you enlighten us now?
It's too long a story to try to condense.
Fans chanting Louis, Louis. Here's the 1-strike pitch. There's a swing and a foul down the left side.
May I ask a question? Is he still managing the Yankees?
Yes.
In other words, I heard that they had a meeting, Billy had a meeting the day before and told the players he was fired.
Well, they had another meeting tonight when the game was called off. You ought to see the conditions under which Martin is working. I'm amazed that Billy takes all that.
2 strikes on the batter. I guess just his love of wanting to manage a Yankee ball club. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And the crowd responding here as rookie Dave Crisoni has hit his first home run for Baltimore. And Baltimore defeated Milwaukee 4-3.
That young man is a Texas product that they let go of the Baltimore organization.
So the strikeout is the second for Keon tonight. And El McFarland of Valparaiso, Indiana, wins 2 tickets to a White Sox game. Joe Gar's the batter now. He's batting for Kim Wegener of 1106 Nightingale in Palatine, Illinois. Gar tonight has singled, and he has driven Lynn back to the wall in straightaway center field. The Red Sox apparently complaining to Gar about where his foot is. Well, this is the first time it's happened this year. We had a lot of problems a year ago. Ralph likes to keep that front foot of his right on top of the plate, and Bill Haller giving him some problems about it now. Now he's all set in the box. Lemon with the leadoff at first, and Keon working out of the stretch. Gar feels he's taken too much time and steps out.
Gar, as soon as the ball pitches, will sneak back up there anyways.
Well, apparently the Red Sox complaining about it. Right-hander is ready. Here's the pitch. High and inside a ball, because Haller worked behind the plate in Toronto the other night, never said a word.
I guess if nobody complains, the umpire won't either, because some batters hit off that back foot way beyond the line.
Well, he and Fisk, meaning he, Gar and Fisk, are talking about it right now, so I'm sure that Fisk has been complaining. 1 ball and no strikes. Right-hander ready. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. A big cut. Gar, with that leadoff single in the ball game, has hit in 25 off of his last 26 ball games. One ball and 1 strike. Lemon with the leadoff at first. Scott holding him on. There he goes. He stops. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. One after a ball up around his eyes that time. That Milwaukee-Baltimore game went 11 innings. Tippy Martinez, the winner, 3-0. Hines, the loser, 0-2. So Baltimore will remain in first place no matter what happens here tonight. Right-hander ready. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Gar. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 2 strikeouts in the inning, 3 for the ball game for Keon. So Kim Wegener of Palatine, Illinois, wins 2 tickets to a White Sox game, as does El McFarland of Valparaiso, Indiana, and Emmett McMahon of Chicago, Illinois. Our lone cash winner in the inning was Tracy Hennessy of Buffalo Grove, Illinois, who gets $50 for Chet Lemon's single. We'll have another big payoff inning tomorrow in Chicago. So we're at the end of 4.5 innings to play. This is a complete ball game now. And as it is, the rain coming down a little harder. It's Boston 3, the White Sox 1.
This summer, True Value hardware stores can help you keep 2 kinds of unwanted intruders away from your home: bugs and burglars. To keep the bugs away, just install General Electric yellow bug light bulbs on your porch and patio. Bugs don't recognize yellow light as light, so they don't collect around your door, and they won't bug you and your guests. Get GE yellow bug light bulbs, just 59 cents each at True Value hardware stores. Keep other home intruders away with General Electric floodlights. They'll flood your yard or driveway with light and give you that comfortable feeling of daylight at the flick of a switch. Get General Electric bug lights for your porch and patio and floodlights for your yard and driveway at participating True Value hardware stores.
True Value hardware is more than just a name. It's a way of doing business that means True Value.
Roy Brown, along with Harry Carey and Jimmy Pearsall here at Fenway Park, and the rain, now that this game is an official ball game, starts to come down harder. So the White Sox now hoping to be able to play the game in its entirety. 3-1 Boston out in front. As Rick Miller, who singled in the third Red Sox run, leads it off. Boston jumped out in front 2-0 on a 2-run homer by Rice in the first inning, and Miller singled home Scott in the second for the third run. Here's the first pitch to him. Here's a swing and a pop-up going out to short left center field. Bannister is out there, and the shortstop has it, and that makes 3 consecutive putouts for Alan Bannister at short. The White Sox got their lone run on a double by Orta off the wall in straightaway center field. The White Sox have hit 4 balls deep to center field, 3 up against the wall, 1 into deep right center field, and only 1 has gone as a hit as Lynn is caught up with the other 3. The ball ricocheted from Lynn. Miller had trouble fielding it when he was backing him up, and Orta went to third on the air, and then Richie Zisk promptly singled him home for his 66th RBI in the lone White Sox run as it stands now. First pitch to Rick Burleson is a ball outside. He has grounded out to short twice in the first, then in the second for a double play. Here's a bouncer up the middle, hits the bag. Bannister grabs it. I'm amazed he even got the ball. That was one of those high choppers. It looked like he might have a play, then it hit the bag and stayed low on him. He did glove it, but it goes as an infield hit for Burleson. And the batter is Fred Lynn. That was the 5th Red Sox hit of the night. Lynn doubled down the right field line his first time up, and that was followed by Rice's home run that was as hard a hit ball that we've probably seen all year, especially in this ballpark. Right-hander tosses over to first, the runner back. Johnny Pesky doing the coaching over at first. Eddie Yost doing the Bo Sox coaching at third. Right-hander ready. Here's the pitch, high and inside a ball. Freddie Lynn has been on a streak of late. Had a 2-run homer and a single yesterday. Had 2 2-run homers on Saturday, and has doubled here tonight. His average climbing, he's got it up to 265 now. Right-hander ready. Here's the pitch. Here's a swing and a fly ball to left field. Ralph Garr coming in. He's there, and he has it for the second out of the inning. So they're 2 down, and Jim Rice, the batter, who has hit a 2-run homer and struck out. And let's pause 10 seconds for station identification.
This is WMAQ Chicago.
Right-hander ready. Here's the pitch, and it's high upstairs, a ball. Texas won that game over Cleveland. They came up with 3 in the 9th and won it 6-4. Texas has now won 4 straight and 13 of their last 16 ball games. Here's the pitch, a swing and a foul back to the screen, evens the count 1-1. Minnesota won their 4th in a row today as they defeated Oakland 2-1. Dave Goltz won 11 innings to pick up the victory. So the teams below the Sox have been playing good ball. Kansas City had won 8 in a row before they had lost their last 2. They were rained out at New York tonight. Right-hander ready, the 1-1 pitch, outside a ball. But the mere fact that the White Sox have played so well, winning 4 in a row, 8 of their last 11, 17 of their last 21, has kept the Wolves at bay, so to speak. White Sox coming into tonight's action with a 4-game lead over Kansas City. Here's the pitch. Here's a swing and a smash, a base hit to left field. Wilson makes the turn. Garr slips and falls. Here's the throw back to second. He's back in there. Garr slipped, but he recovered in time, and Burleson held up at second. And the batter is Yastrzemski, who is struck out and walked tonight. Harry, the top of this order is really awesome. 4 of their 6 hits and their 2 runs have come out of these top 4. Yesterday, they scored 6 runs. 5 of them were scored and driven in by the top 4 men in the order.
Well, they're just like the White Sox. They're basically a hitting ball club more than anything else.
In this top 4, you have Burleson, an outstanding leadoff man, and Lynn, Rice, and Yastrzemski. Then if you get by them, you got to face Fisk, Scott, and Hobson. A lot of power. They lead the American League in home runs coming into tonight's game. Here's the pitch to the batter, and it's outside of balls. The Red Sox with 139 home runs, the White Sox with 116. But the White Sox lead the American League in RBIs, runs scored, 493 RBIs to 483 for Boston. Here's the pitch inside of, caught the corner, a strike. And the White Sox are out hitting the Red Sox 285 to 283. So the three major hitting categories, hitting, home runs, and RBIs, these two clubs are the leaders. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Hits his bat and goes back to the screen. That's a break. Didn't want to go after it. The count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Everybody else is through playing in the American League, with the exception of California at Seattle. That game is just underway. But Detroit beat Toronto 8-3. Minnesota over Oakland 2-1 this afternoon. The A's now have lost 4 in a row, 7 of their last 8. Baltimore beat Milwaukee 4-3, and Texas over Cleveland 6-4. Here's the 1-2 pitch, swinging a fly ball to center field. Chet Lemon racing in. He's there, waits and takes it to retire the side. So the minor threat is ended here. No runs, 2 hits, 2 men left on. So we're at the end of 5 complete innings of play here in Boston. The Chicago White Sox trailing. It's Boston 3, the White Sox 1.
You could win as much as $1,000 in White Sox baseball in the WMAQ Big Payoff Inning. It goes through August 11th. 4 big chances to win in every game with a White Sox batter. $50 for a single, $100 for a double, $200 for a triple, $500 for a home run, and $1,000 for a grand slam. $25 for a walk, hit by pitch, or save on error. To play, put your name and address on an entry blank or postcard and mail it to Big Payoff Inning, Post Office Box 3396, Chicago 60654. Get your entry blanks at White Sox sponsors dealerships. Prizes awarded by mail, contest void where prohibited by law. You could win as much as $1,000 in the Big Payoff Inning on your radio station, WMAQ.
We'll receive a colorful Red Sox t-shirt, co-sponsored by McNamara. For Sunday's game with Seattle on August 14th. The annual Red Sox father-son-daughter competition.
Warren Brown along with Harry Carey and Jimmy Pearsall back at Fenway Park as we go to the 6th inning. White Sox need 2 to tie and 3 to take the lead. We'll send Alan Bannister, George Jordan, Richie Zisk to the plate. 2, 3, and 4 hitters. You want to get some people on base because then you've got your left-handers, Oscar Gamble and Jim Spencer.
On Saturday and Sunday.
The White Sox tonight have had 4 hits. 3 singles and a double, and 2 of the hits by left-handers, a single by Gar and a double by Orta, and 2 hits by right-handers, a single by Lemon and an RBI single by Richie Zisk. Alan Bannister leads it off. He popped up to the shortstop, and he fouled out to the catcher. Ted Simmons has cracked his 15th home run of the year in the 7th with nobody on. They also added another run in the 7th, and the Cardinals out in front of Cincinnati now by a score of 8-4. I haven't heard you say the Cardinals are coming tra-la-la-la lately.
I don't think you're going to hear me either.
I don't either. For a while, I thought so. Here's the first pitch to Bannister, a swing and a one-hopper right to the second baseman. Doyle has it, and he throws him out. Jumped on the first pitch. Looks like he got all of it, but right at the second baseman, there's 1 out, and George Orta the batter. Orta doubled his last time up and broke a string that Tian had in retiring 10 consecutive batters. But Orta doubled and came home to score what has proved to be thus far the lone White Sox run, and that rain has let up again, fortunately. 2-run lead, not that big in this ballpark. Tian Harry really hasn't been fooling anybody, but no. We've hit it right at them, so to speak. Here's a swing and a miss on a curveball. And the minute I say fooling anybody, he really got him. So he dishes up a curveball to Orta on the first pitch that he missed. Right-hander ready. Now he waits because Orta stepped out. Now he's ready. Here's the one-strike pitch to Orta. Swinging a grounder to the second baseman. Denny Doyle's got it again and throws him out. So 2 up and 2 down here. And now Mr. Tion, after Lemon got on with a leadoff single in the 5th, has retired 5 in a row here. Remember, the Tigers come to Comiskey Park tomorrow night. The White Sox opening up a big 10-game homestand. Detroit will also be in town Wednesday, then Kansas City on Friday night. Big fireworks show again after the game. Saturday afternoon game, which is Lions Day. And then the Royals and Denny Doyle. Everybody in this inning has gone to Doyle. He made 2 assists, and that time, this going the other way, lined out on the first pitch. So again, Harry, making good contact, but right at people.
Yeah, but there's 3 big innings left for the White Sox, and a lot of things can happen when you only trail by 2 runs. You know, Jim Janik is a well-known Chicago sports fan, a seasoned box seat holder for the White Sox, the Cubs, the Bulls, the Bears, and his Cafe Bohemian Philly business for more than 200 years has been making beer. Stroh's is the only beer that is fire brewed, and if you don't think that makes a difference, just taste Stroh's. People who compare taste pick Stroh's every time. Stroh's, family brewers for more than 200 years. The score as we go into the bottom of the 6th, Boston 3, Chicago 1.
WMAQ. We're the cash call station. Our current cash call jackpot includes a brand new AMC Pacer, $3,000 in cash, and a $4,000 trip for 2 to exciting Hong Kong. Remember, the next cash call we place could be to you. So don't say hello when your phone rings. Answer with a phrase that pays and pays.
WMAQ is going to make me rich.
Lord Brown and Harry Carey, along with Jimmy Pearsall, back in Boston. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 3-1, the Red Sox out in front of the White Sox. A 2-run homer by Jim Rice in the 1st inning and an RBI single by Rick Miller in the 2nd inning. Here it'll be Fisk, Scott, and Hobson, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters for the Red Sox. Fisk, the All-Star American League catcher, is fouled out to the catcher, and he is slid out to right field. Raining again. It's been an on and off situation here tonight. Right-hander ready. Here's the first pitch. A good curveball for a strike. Stone has really settled down after those first 2 innings.
Yeah, Lauren, it's funny. He looked so bad the first 2 innings, and now he's been great.
Hopefully the White Sox can get him some runs. Here's a swing and a grounder. Soderholm to Bannister. Bannister throws in the dirt. And he is on. Soderholm going to his left. We thought he had come up with it, but the ball went beyond him, and Bannister got it and threw, and it was in the dirt about 5 feet from Spencer, bounced up, hit him in the chest, and it goes as an infield hit.
Lauren, he just cannot get his arm up to throw off the top. Now, they give the hitter a hit on that, and it's really a shame on the pitcher, as far as the pitcher is concerned, because he should have thrown him out 20 feet.
Yeah, if that ball's not in the dirt, he's out. He came sidearm on the replay up in the center field screen. And George Scott's the batter. He is doubled and lined out tonight. And the first pitch is low ball. Montreal and San Francisco, no score in the 2nd. The Mets lead the Dodgers 1-0 at the end of 2. And San Diego leading the Philadelphia Phillies 3-0 at the end of 4. Here's a pitch low ball. That's the big game the Cubs are watching because their lead over the Phillies down to a half a game going into today's action. The Cubs have already won. They defeated Houston 9-7 today on Larry Bittner's 2-run homers. Right-hander ready. The 2-0 pitch. A swing and a foul. Hits Scott's leg. 2 balls and a strike. For those of you picking up Harry Carey and myself and the ball players, we'll be home about 3.5 hours when this ball game is over.
Nobody better be picking me up. It'd be a shock.
No show for tonight, eh?
I can't even get to Adolph's tonight. It's going to be so late.
2 balls and a strike. Runner at first, nobody out. Here's the pitch. Checked his swing up high a ball. The umpire at first said he didn't go around. So the count 3-1. He loses this guy. They've got the makings of a big inning underway. Right-hander ready. Here's the pitch. He walked him up high a ball. That is the second walk given up by Stone. So now the Red Sox with runners at first and second and nobody out. And Butch Hobson, the batter, he's been hit by a pitch. He has popped up to the shortstop, and let's see if the Red Sox will sacrifice in this situation. Late in the ball game, they've got a 2-run lead. But Hobson, a power hitter, 19 homers, 70 RBIs. Tops on the ball club in that latter category. Got some activity in the White Sox bullpen now. Left-hander Hamilton is up, and the right-hander, Don Kirkwood. Right-hander ready. Infield at double play depth. Here's the pitch. It's bunted. Foul. So they were looking to sacrifice. Move those 2 runners up. They did it back in the second inning, and it produced a run.
Hard to believe with a little guy like Doyle coming up.
Yeah, you've got Doyle and then Miller. Neither one getting over 250.
But they do want to stay out of this double play, I guess. And
1 strike on the batter. Soderholm in on the grass at third. Spencer at the edge of the grass at first. Right-hander ready. Here's the pitch. He's going to hit away and swing on a fly ball to right field. Richie Zisk coming in. He's there, pounds the mitt, he takes it, and the runner at second does not make a move to go down to third. The throw coming in gets away from Orta, but Bannister backing him up. So now time is called. Stone had gone back into foul territory, backing up third base wisely, and they're waiting for him to get to the mound.
now one player was helping Zisk to tell him that there was no play. He had to figure it out himself after he caught the ball, and the infielders have got to let him know, or the center fielder. It makes it a lot easier for an outfielder after he catches it to know what to do with it.
Joe Hobson, trying to bunt on the first pitch, fouled it off, and the next pitch, he was going for it, and he flied out. So now there's 1 out. Double play really in order here now. Doyle, the batter, he has sacrificed today, and he has popped up to the shortstop. 0 for 1 officially. Right-hander ready out of the stretch. Here's the pitch, and it's a fastball that misses ball 1. Telling you about that doubleheader Sunday. It'll be Banner Day out at Comiskey Park. Colorful parade of banners between games of the Twin Bills, so bring your banners out, they win a prize.
Hey, we had a couple a year ago that met each other with banners out there and wound up getting married. So you see, even romance exists at Comiskey Park.
Bailey has just hit his second home run of the year for Cincinnati in the 8th with a man on. It's now the Cardinals 8, Cincinnati 6. St. Louis batting in the bottom of the 8th. Bourbon has come on to pitch. As Stone kicking around the mound, trying to make sure he's got a good footing out there. The rain continues to come down here at Fenway Park. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Inside a ball, 2-0. So he's been falling behind here on this 244 hitter. 2 balls and no strikes. Rick Miller in the on-deck circle. 3-1. The Boston Red Sox out in front here in the bottom of the 6th. Here's the pitch. Here's a swing and a grounder to Ord at second. He's got it. Goes to second for 1. There'll be no relay to first. And they get the middleman. Orta looked like he had trouble getting that ball out of his mitt. But they did get the middleman, and there's 2 outs with a runner at first and third.
If Bannister fired to third on that play, he'd have got this because he rounded it, and that wet grass was having trouble getting back. But I guess the more you play shortstop, the more you realize about that play. But you see it done so many times by an experienced shortstop.
So runners at first and third and 2 out. Rick Miller, the batter. Essien going to the mound to talk to Stone. Miller singled with runners at second and third to right field his last time up. Driving in his 13th run of the year, and that gave Boston that time a 3-0 lead.
Miller has hurt us a couple of times when we got behind him. He hit a 2-0 pitch the last time up, so we've got to get ahead of this guy.
I thought for a moment we were going to walk him intentionally. Bannister and Orta went out for second base to say something to each other. I thought, oh, they're going to walk him.
No, they're talking over the event of a double steal attempt. Who's covering?
Right-hander ready. Here's the pitch. Nobody going, and it's low ball.
That play usually comes from the bench. They will tell you from the bench whether to go through or to go back to the pitcher.
Right-hander ready. Here's the pitch. Nobody coming. Here's a snap throw down to third. Hey! Almost got him at third.
Good throw. A little lower might have got him. Nice try, Jim.
But unfortunately now he has fallen behind Miller 2-0. He was behind Doyle, but got him to force the man out. Runners first and third, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Miller stepped out of the batter's box. He's got something in his eye. Now he's all right. Back in there. Stone ready. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Here's a swinging a long fly ball, right center field. No one's going to get this one. Going all the way to the track. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in. Here comes Miller over to third. The throw into the infield. He's on with a triple. They played him around to left center field, and he went the other way on him. Hit it where they weren't, and it's a 5-1 ball game.
Well, it's the same pitch he hit last time for a base hit, and you say to yourself, well, maybe got a right-hander coming up next. I'll make him hit a breaking ball or a curve, but he threw that fastball, which hasn't got too much velocity on it, and he just ripped it. He's not that good a hitter.
He has driven in 3 runs tonight. That is a 5th of what he has done all year. He had driven in only 12 runs all year prior to tonight. The number 9 hitter has accounted for 3 of the 5 runs tonight. And the batter is Rick Burleson. 1 for 3 this evening. Stone now steps off the mound, looks out to center field, a little upset with himself, I'm sure, on that last pitch. Now he's back up. He has fallen behind these last 3 hitters, and he has walked a man in the inning. Here's the pitch. That is a strike. Fisk let it off with an infield hit that could well have been an error. Scott walked. Hobson flied out. Doyle forced a man at second. Runners at first and third when Miller hit that triple. Here's the pitch, a swing and a foul out of play, and the count is 1-2.
Makes you wonder, Lauren, that ball that Soderholm hit off the pitcher yesterday. You know, when you're at home, the home players get it.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Crowd talking it up as Stone goes in the windup. Here's the pitch. Outside a ball, 2-2. Hamilton and Kirkwood in the bullpen. Right-hander ready. The 2-2 pitch. In the dirt, gets away from the catcher. He's got it, throws to the pitcher covering, not in time. It hits the runner and he scores. 6-1 ball game. I believe it will be a wild pitch. It is. The White Sox this year have 27 wild pitches. I know 4 alone the last week against the Red Sox. So the bases are empty. Here's the 3-2 pitchers. A swing and a fly ball to right field. Richie Zisk going back. He's there and he's got it. And that retires the side. But the Red Sox get a 2-out triple to score 2 runs, and the man on third comes home on a wild pitch. 3 runs in the inning on 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left on. We're at the end of 6 complete innings of play. Boston 6, the White Sox 1.
Where do people look when they're looking to buy a thing? Good choice services, anything. The Yellow Pages. It means business. It's where all the shoppers go. Just put an ad there and you'll know. The Yellow Pages. It means business. Where do people look when they're looking to buy a car? Order dinner or see a star. The Yellow Pages. It means business. It's where all the shoppers go. Just put an ad there and you'll know. The Yellow Pages. It means business.
Warren Brown back at Fenway Park as we go to the 7th. White Sox now trailing by 5. They'll need a bundle to get back into it. But they've got the right kind of hitters leading it off here, the left-handers against Tiant. So if they're going to get something started, this will be the inning to do it as Gamble, Spencer, and Lemon step up. And to step in and tell you about it the rest of the way, here's Harry Carey.
Okay, Lauren, the White Sox are badly in need of an inning or two. They trail by 5 now. That's an unfortunate inning for Steve Stone. You know, it all... you pick up the box score.
27,505.
27,505 in the rain. Yeah, you pick up the box score tomorrow, and you'll look and you'll see that Stone allowed 8 hits, 6 runs, and 6 innings. But now there, in that 6th inning, there's 3 runs that may have taken you out of the ball game that just should not have been made. They gave Fisk a base hit on a ground ball to Bannister, who moved 2 steps to his right, had all the time in the world to throw Fisk, a catcher running down the line, but he made a terrible throw. Spencer knocked the ball down, kept it from going behind him to the wall, but it gave Fisk a life. Then pitching differently to Scott than he might ordinarily with a runner on first base, he walked him. The next 2 men went out, so the inning should have been over. Instead, they wind up with 3 runs. So defense is going to hurt you if you attempt it too often. Here's Oscar Gamble to lead it off. Gamble is nothing out of 2. Louis Tiant now has been in the dugout a little while as the Red Sox batted long enough to make 3 runs in the 6th. Let's see if the White Sox can do anything about it. 6-1 Boston. Now Tiant's into the windup. Here's the pitch on the way, and it's a fastball high. White Sox have beaten these fellas 6 out of 9. This is the final meeting between the 2 clubs this year. White Sox are assured of the better record over the year's play. Now the pitch swung on high outside. Started a swing, he held up, took the ball high and outside. Gamble started the cut, held back. 2 balls, no strikes. Gamble hitting .254. 18 homers, 40 runs batted in. Now the pitch, here it is. Ball 3 is outside. 3 balls, no strikes. This guy couldn't run out of gas.
St. Louis leads Cincinnati going into the top of the 9th. Cincinnati's batting 9-6.
Now the wind, the pitch. Ball 4 is low and Gamble is on. And that's the first walk given up by Tiant. Tiant is fanned 3, walked 1. He's given up only 4 hits, 1 run, but a number of balls have really been kissed. Here's Spencer. He's nothing out of 2. Carlton Fisk out talking to the pitcher. A little activity in the Red Sox bullpen. Boy, those other 3 runs took a lot of pressure off Tiant. And they look like earned runs in the box score. Yet Stone should have had a relatively easy inning. Runner at first, nobody out. Spencer the bat. You make runs in a hurry in this ballpark, you know. Now to stretch. Pitch to Spencer. Here it is. There's a drive, curving foul. Spencer got out in front a little bit too quickly and pulled that ball hard but foul. Bill Campbell working in the bullpen. He's their ace relief pitcher. He's won 9, and he's saved 17. He's had a hand in 26 victories. LeGros had a hand in 21 for the White Sox. Now to stretch. Pitch to Spencer. Here it is. Outside. That evens it up, a ball and a strike. Bobby Knopp coaching at third base. Benny Minoso at first base. Oh, home sweet home will be at Comiskey Park tomorrow night against the Tigers. Now to stretch. Here's the pitch on the way. High, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Chet Lemon is next. Activity in the bullpen.
Mr. Gamble will be in here. Campbell will be in here shortly. And we have yet to do much damage against him.
Tiant has only pitched 2 complete games in 20 starts this year. 2 balls and a strike. Now the signal given from the belt. The pitch to Spencer. Here it is. Foul back this way onto the screen.
Put in the television booth from ABC.
Right in the television booth. Are they televising? I thought they called it off here from Boston.
Well, we got the cameras working.
I guess they are.
The lights are on out in center field.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner at first, nobody out. Jim Spencer digging in. White Sox are trailing 6-1. Louis Tiant is ready. 2-2 pitch. Here it is. Line to the second baseman. Spencer. Line hard to Doyle. I tell you, the White Sox have hit the ball hard enough tonight to have knocked out Tiant a long time ago.
You know, Tiant came sidearm with that fastball. Can you imagine?
24.
So here's Lemon. He's single left in the 5th. Bill Haller tosses a new ball into play. Louis Tiant was giving up only 4 hits. There have really been some shots hit off of him. Here's Lemon. 6-1 in favor of the Red Sox. Things reverse themselves in a hurry in a ballpark like this, so hang in there. Now the stretch. The pitch to Lemon. And here it is. Oh, off-speed slider for a strike call or a curve. 1 strike and nothing. That was a good pitch.
Hobson is creeping in on him, and the way Lemon hits that ball by third, he'll have to take him with him.
Now the stretch. The pitch by Tiant. Here it is. High fly ball down the right field line, over near the foul pole and out of play. Well, I could see that one hitting the foul pole for a homer. But it went off to the right of it by a couple of feet. So Lemon now with a count of strike 2. A runner at first. 1 out. Ball game in the 7th. The White Sox have really hit in tough luck. And Steve Stone, after a shaky start, a victim of circumstances in a 3-run 6th. 2 strikes and nothing. Now the pitch on the way. Here it is. Look out, almost hit him. Boy, really spun him around with 2 strikes and nothing. Louis Tiant didn't like the way Chet Lemon was digging in. So he says, hey, young man, don't you know I'm El Tiante?
I'll tell you, it won't hurt Knapp to do that a few times either.
I wish he'd learned something from that.
And there's nothing wrong with it.
Now the pitch by Tiant. Lined in the center right after center fielder. Holy cow. Well, I think there's some games you're not met. Providence has already dictated you're not going to win. And I think this is one of them. You can't hit as many balls on the nose as the White Sox have and have only 1 run and be trailing 6-1 unless you were meant to lose this game. Here's Soderholm. Soderholm has hit the ball for 840 feet tonight. But out. 420 feet each time. Now the stretch by Tiant. The pitch. Curveball outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strike.
Foster just hit his 31st home run in the 9th for Cincinnati.
With anybody on?
Nobody on.
That's the second of the game. So Cincinnati's trailing 9-7. At St. Louis. Now the stretch. The pitch. Curve of beauty in there for a strike call. That evens it up on Soderholm. A ball and a strike. White Sox playing their 4th and final game of this road trip. White Sox have won 27, lost 21 on the road. Now the stretch. The pitch. Outside and high. They're 27 and 21 on the road, 30 and 15 at home, and tomorrow night we'll be at home, and Wednesday night at home, and Friday night at home against Kansas City, and Saturday afternoon, and a doubleheader Sunday, and then Texas 4 night games in a row. Here's a pitch. He didn't mean to swing a dribbler down the third base line. 2 balls, 2 strikes. If you haven't purchased tickets in advance, don't worry about it. Just come out to the ballpark. There's always plenty of seats available. We haven't had a sellout in I don't know how many years. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now the signal given from the belt. Now the pitch on the way. Here it is. Fouled it back, had a good cut of the fastball. Boy, Soderholm pulls that trigger fast.
Boy, he sure looks hitterish.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Soderholm has an 11-game hitting streak at stake, during which he's had 5 home runs and 2 doubles. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch to Eric. Low, ball 3. Jim Essien due to be next. They have a pinch hitter for him if Soderholm gets on. Essien has had 1 hit in his last 26 times up. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. Line, but foul into the stands. Tiant curved him with 3 and 2. George Foster of the Reds has hit his 30th and 31st home runs of the year, as Jimmy mentioned a moment ago. Cincinnati's still trailing at St. Louis. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch to Soderholm. There goes the runner. The pitch. Long fly ball again to center. Way back. This one might be out of here. Home run. Holy cow. What an exhibition of hitting. He hit this one 445 to go with his 2 at 420. And Soderholm just hit his 13th home run of the year. It's now a 6-3 ball game. And that extends his hitting streak to 12 games in a row, during which he has hit 6 homers out of his 14 hits.
He has changed his stance, Harry. Remember, he had that left foot up in front, a lot like Gar. As they take out the pitcher, Tiant. And we're still in this ball game, but Soderholm really has been putting on an exhibition. His bat is quicker, he can break his hips a lot better, and he's pulling the ball more.
So Louis Tiant, again, will fail to go the distance. This was his 21st start, and he has only finished what he started twice. And, you know, I'm just thinking, with the Red Sox leading 6-3 now, and oh, the difference, those 3 runs they shouldn't have had made. But, you know, we talked, like, for example, all spring long, all during the early weeks, well, yes, the White Sox, if they only had pitching, they could win. Well, I'm just looking at that score between the Cincinnati Reds and the St. Louis Cardinals. Who's the National League champion? They don't have any pitching either, or not enough. So everybody needs pitching. Nobody ever has as much pitching as you'd like to have. And I tell you, I like the White Sox pitching situation better than a lot of these other clubs, because we got a couple of young guys who are getting better every time out.
Absolutely right, Harry. And, of course, we're ready to rip this Bill Campbell. He's been tough on us. He's got a 1-loss record of 9-6, with an ERA of 2.70. This will be his 42nd appearance. He is tied with LeGros with 17 saves, 90 innings pitched, 66 hits, 29 runs, 27 earned. He's given up 6 home runs, 38 bases on balls, 76 strikeouts. He's hit 5 batsmen, and he has wild pitched twice. And as you know, he came over here on option when they played out his option and got himself an awful lot of money from the Red Sox. And he's going to face some left-handers, and they're the ones that have got to beat this guy, the left-handers.
And Royal Stillman is going to be the pinch hitter here against Bill Campbell, who's just been outstanding against the White Sox down through the year. Seattle leading the Angels 2-1 at the end of 3. The White Sox have had only one hit off Campbell this year in 6 innings. He's won 9, whereas Laren LeGros has won 4. He has lost 6, whereas Laren LeGros lost 1, and they both have 17 saves. This is Campbell's 42nd appearance. LeGros been in 40 games. So actually, you might say LeGros, with only 1 defeat against Campbell's 6. Well, somebody must be beating this Campbell. He's lost 6. In 90 innings, he's allowed 27 earned runs, a fine earned run average of 2.70. 6 home runs have been hit off him. Here's Royal Stillman, a pinch hitter for SCN. Stillman hitting only .211. 2 homers and 11 runs batted in the first pitch in there for a strike. Now that evens a count, a ball and a strike. 2 out, 2 runs in. Here's the pitch by Campbell. Swung on and pulled foul outside first. 2 strikes and a ball. Cincinnati batting in the 9th. Foster already in a homer. St. Louis had a 9-6 lead. Now Stillman gets set. 2 strikes and a ball. Here's the pitch. He struck him out with a screwball. So Campbell strikes out pinch hitter Royal Stillman. 2 runs, 1 hit. No errors, nobody left. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Red Sox 6, White Sox 3.
Ready, group?
Ready.
Repeat after me. The best buys in town are the Golden Bear Family Restaurant's dinner specials.
The best buys in town are the Golden Bear Family Restaurant's dinner specials.
Monday, all the spaghetti you can eat for only $1.89.
Monday, all the spaghetti you can eat for only $1.89.
Wednesday, all the pancakes you can eat only 89 cents.
Wednesday, all the pancakes you can eat only 89 cents.
Friday, all the delicious fish you can eat only $2.09.
Friday, all the delicious fish you can eat, only $2.09.
Once again, what's the Golden Bear dinner special on Monday?
Spaghetti, only $1.89.
Wednesday,
pancakes, only 89 cents.
Friday,
fish, only $2.09.
Terrific. And when are the Golden Bear restaurants open?
24 hours every day. Goodbye.
Where are you all going?
Golden Bear, Golden Bear. It's the honey of a that's where food is fun. Golden Bear.
Harry Carey with Lorne Brown and Jimmy Pearsall as we go to the bottom of the 7th, and the White Sox now have a new battery. Don Kirkwood comes into pitch. Brian Downing in to catch. The White Sox 3 runs behind, 6-3, with 2 more chances against Bill Campbell, whom they haven't hit all year long.
Next ball there, ball 2, struck out 2, 1 final pitch, 1 hit batter, 1 home run.
You know, Stone allowed 6 runs. Really should have allowed only 3. He allowed 8 hits. He hit a man. He walked 2. He struck out 2. A triple by Rick Miller. The 9th place hitter really hurt him in the 6th inning. Here now is Freddie Lynn. Don Kirkwood, acquired for the California Angels. Hard throwing right-hander. Freddie Lynn leading off. Looking ahead to the 8th inning, the White Sox will have the top of the batting order. A wind up the pitch, swung a smash. Orta, nice stop to his right, throws to first, and the dirt for Spencer comes up with it. Lynn is thrown out by Orta. The ball was hit sharply to Orta's right. He made a good stop, braced himself on the wet grass, threw low, and Spencer ate it up.
One thing he can do, if you just throw it over there a little lightly, he'll come up with it, but the kind of throw that Bannister made was just too hard to handle.
Yeah, that was a short hop throw that
And hard.
1 out. Here's Jim Rice. He started things off for the Red Sox. 2-run homer in the first inning on Stone. First pitch by Kirkwood is low and outside. Don Kirkwood. Boy, he hasn't been in the ballgame for a while, Lauren.
No, he hasn't. It was that one outing Jimmy alluded to earlier where he went 6 innings and 1 at home.
2 turns in Detroit.
So that Detroit, that's almost over 2.5 weeks ago.
Well, I can find out in a minute. There's a pitch, foul back.
And they're howling.
Look at the television booth.
Yeah. Nice going.
Howard Cosell probably came up with it.
They're giving him a little.
Well, certainly before the All-Star break that Kirkwood was in the game.
July 12th, Harry.
You're right.
He pitched 4 innings against Kansas City on the 12th of July. Allowed only 1 earned run on 2 hits.
And this is the 25th, so it's 2 weeks. 2 balls and a strike on Jim Rice. 1 out, nobody on. Ball game in the 7th. Red Sox are leading. There's a fastball low. Ball 3.
Cincinnati came up 1 run short. They got beat 9-8. St. Louis won it. Schultz, the winner, 5-1. Billingham, the loser, 8-7. Tennyson, Cincinnati, 37,000.
St. Louis.
St. Louis.
Here's a pitch base hit up the middle. Rice gets his 3rd hit of the night. A single to center. And here's Yastrzemski now. He struck out, walked, and flied out against Stone. Facing the sinker baller, Don Kirkwood. Kirkwood, no baby. He's been around. He'll be 28 in September.
Considering what they said about our pitching staff, we've beat this club 6 times, and they've got a lineup that just won't quit, too.
Now to stretch the pitch. Fastball low and outside. Kirkwood came up with the Angels originally in 74. Was with them in 75 and also 76. It was his 4th year in the big league. Now to stretch. The slim right-hander delivers. And here it is. Strike, a good fastball on the outside corner at the knee. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike. The Rangers rallied with 3 in the top of the 9th to beat Cleveland 6-4. Baltimore won an extra innings from Milwaukee 4-3. 1 on, 1 out. Now to stretch. The pitch. Curve of beauty, a strike call.
Hey, what a change in the position of the outfielders and infielders against Yastrzemski, and he's 38 years old. When he was young, they always played him around to left.
Now that he's old, he pulls better.
I don't know what it is.
Now to stretch. The pitch. Swung on, bouncing ball might get a double play on it. Spencer decides to play it safe, steps on the bag at first. 2 gone. Jim was going to fire to second, but Rice runs pretty good. And on the slippery turf, he thought he'd better play it safe. 2 out his Cotton fifth. White Sox have the 8th and the 9th innings to go. Only 3 runs behind. Boy, in this ballpark, it doesn't take much to make 3.
Hold him right here. Save that run, Don.
Kirkwood in relief. Runner in scoring position. Carlton Fisk is 1 out of 3. That was that scratch hit. Bannister too badly to first. Here's the pitch. Curve a little bit low. Kirkwood seems to have real good stuff. 1 ball, no strike. Now the signal given. The pitch on the way. Here it is. Curve a little bit low. Ball 2, and Kirkwood thought that pitch was good. Satterholm really on a home run binge. But he's 13th tonight. His 3rd in 2 days, his 4th in 3 days. Now to stretch the pitch. Hey, had a cut and he missed the breaking ball. 2 balls and a strike.
Here's a breaking ball to Fisk, 2-0. We get a guy like Miller up there, 2-0, and throw him a fastball for a triple.
2 balls and a strike. Now the stretch, Gibbons. Here's the pitch on the way. Base hit, and the run's going to score. Here's Rice scoring. Fifth single to center. Ah, that hurt. Boy, I'd have bet you anything that he'd get Fisk out. But Fisk hit a fastball right up the middle. And that's Fisk's 57th run batted in. 7-3 now. Well, they have certainly made the most of every opportunity. 7-3. Here's George Scott. The pitch. Curve, a strike call. Downing crouching behind the plate. Well, even the White Sox lose this one, and it's not over yet. The pitch. Fastball inside. I think you'd settle for 3 out of 4 anytime, wouldn't you?
That's what I really felt that you project in your mind what the team could do on the road trip. That's what I thought on this trip. 3 out of 4 would be an excellent road trip.
Now the pitch curve in there, a beauty of strike call. Boy, he's got good stuff. I don't know how they hit him. 2 strikes in the ball. Don Kirkwood. Now the sign. George Scott waiting. The pitch. Little bit outside. Scott has fanned 7 times in the last 4 games. These 2 teams have played each other within a period of a week or so. Now the stretch. The pitch. Powell tipped it back. He was going for it. Scott now finds himself in a tie with his teammate Jim Rice for the home run leadership of the American League. Each has hit 25.
Harry, he just whacked his foot with that bat. It almost knocked off his heel.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Now Kirkwood ready. There's the pitch. Fouled it back again. And one thing about the Boomer boy, he swings from Keokuk. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, almost 11 o'clock in Chicago. Ball game is in the bottom of the 7th. Here's the pitch. Bouncing ball to short. Bannister flips it over to second for the 4th play. 1 mighty big run for the Red Sox. 2 hits. 1 mighty big run for the Red Sox. 2 hits, no errors, 1 left. The end of 7. Boston 7, Chicago 3.
Ready, group?
Ready.
Repeat after me. The best buys in town are the Golden Bear Family Restaurant's dinner specials.
The best buys in town are the Golden Bear Family Restaurant dinner special.
Monday, all the spaghetti you can eat for only $1.89.
Monday, all the spaghetti you can eat for only $1.89.
Wednesday, all the pancakes you can eat only 89 cents.
Wednesday, all the pancakes you can eat only 89 cents.
Friday, all the delicious fish you can eat only $2.09.
Friday, all the delicious fish you can eat only $2.09.
Once again, what's the Golden Bear dinner special on Monday?
Spaghetti, only $1.89.
Wednesday,
pancakes, only 89 cents.
Friday,
fish, only $2.09.
Terrific. And when are the Golden Bear restaurants open?
24 hours every day. Goodbye.
Where are you all going?
Golden Bear, Golden Bear, it's the honey of a place where food is fun. Golden Bear.
Harry Carey back at Fenway Park as we go now to the top of the 8th. Ralph Garr is going to be leading it off. He opened the game with a base hit. But nothing happened. As Keon then settled down and retired the next 10 in a row. But the White Sox finally knocked him out on Soderholm's home run. Soderholm's home run was a story of persistence and determination. Twice Soderholm had hit the ball to straight away dead center field, only to have Freddie Lynn go up against the wall and haul it in. The third time, he hit it over that wall, where Freddie Lynn, even with a stepladder, couldn't have caught it. 3 straight smashes off Louis Tiant. They must have covered 1,350 feet, compositely speaking. And good for only 1 homer.
A long day's work. Bart Johnson's warming up in the bullpen right now for the White Sox.
Here's Gar. Well, they need a couple of base runners and a long one. That's how easy it is here.
Left field, Gar.
Gar will lead it off. Facing Bill Campbell. Now the sign to wind up the pitch. Here it is. Swings, and he fouls it off to the left. Campbell has just been outstanding against the White Sox. In some 7 innings this year, he's given up 1 hit. Now to wind up the pitch by the right-hander. Fastball outside. A ball and a strike. Red Sox leading 7-3. We're in the top of the 8th. Bannister will be up there next. Gore and Orta each have hit safely in 25 out of the last 26 games.
Now to be the last time they were in New York when the Yankees beat them 3 in a row.
1 ball, no strikes. Now the delivery. Ball is high. He throws an assortment of deliveries. His release point seems to be different every time. Sometimes it comes over the top, sometimes 3/4, sometimes sidearm. 2 balls, no strikes, the pitch. Ball 3 is low. Let's pause for identification.
This is WMAQ Chicago.
WMAQ.
There's a strike call to Bannister. The count. 3 balls, 1 strike. 1 out, nobody on. We're in the 8th. 7-3 Boston. Now the delivery. Here it is. Walked in. Ball 4. Here's George Orta now. He doubled in the 4th. And Richie says, single him home. Well, another base runner and another long one. Can make him up here in a hurry.
George Orta. Second base, Orta.
White Sox beat them 9-6 here yesterday. Trails 7-3 today. A 5 and 10 cent game so far. White Sox with 5 hits and Boston with 10. Runner at first, 1 out. Bill Campbell getting ready. The pitch to Orta. Ball outside. 1 ball, no strike. Crowd of better than 27,000 paid in the rain tonight. Now the delivery, swung base hit. Right field. Here's a runner around second base. He's going to hold. Orta single to right, and here's Richie Zisk. 1 on the screen makes it 7-6 in a hurry.
Yes. You know, his left-handers do swing better at him.
22.
Zisk is 1 out of 3, drove in a run. Hasn't had a homer since the 1st of July. And before that, he had gone a long stretch without hitting a homer. June the 4th. From June the 4th, no, make that June the 13th to July the 1st, and then since July the 1st, he hasn't hit one.
He hits a home run, Zimmer will faint.
Now to stretch the pitch to Richie Zisk. Here it is. Curveball outside, ball 1. He hangs that curveball inside. Zimmer may have a chance to faint.
He could hit it on his fist, you know. It's only 309 down that left field line.
1 ball, no strikes. Oscar Gamble next. We got a shot here. Strike, a curveball. The word gets around quickly. Campbell First two pitches, curveball. One he missed with, one he got over. Right-hand hitter waiting. Now the stretch, the pitch, curve into the dirt, ball two. 3 curveballs in a row he's thrown them.
The word may be around, but they're a little scared to get it over. Here comes the little chubby man running out there right now.
Don Zimmer, the manager of the Red Sox, comes out to talk here. There's nobody in the bullpen for the Red Sox. It's Bill Campbell against the world here. And we have Zisk and Gamble and Spencer. 3 guys, any one of whom can pop the ball out of here. So don't give up. Hang in there with us. The White Sox may yet turn this one around.
Each in your own way. Say a prayer.
Runners at first and second. 1 out. Never mind the prayer. Get the hit.
If you can't hit, prayer's not going to help you.
That's right. 2 balls with a strike.
Well, that's the way it is, Zach. No.
Now Campbell ready. Here's the pitch. A little tap, foul. That evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Richie, I will say, has not had a good swing at it.
That was a long way from a home run. You tell him how he hit that ball.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Get a high hopper and a catcher's glove foul.
I've seen that happen before, too, and the next pitch is out of there.
I hope so. Come on.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Runners at first and second. Now the stretch. The pitch. Stop him out. Sidearm curve. And Richie missed it a foot. And I think there is a definite relationship between his lack of home run hitting in the past 2 months and the fact that they have changed their way of pitching to him. They're throwing him nothing but curveballs in the jam. Runners at first and second. Here's Oscar Gamble. He's capable of doing it. Also, left-hand hitter digs in. Now the pitch by Campbell. The swung, and he missed the fastball. Gamble is fanned, bounced out, and walked. Remarkable today. Well, Aaron LeGros does the same thing. A relief pitcher coming in as often as they do, that they're able to throw so hard every time out. Now the stretch, the pitch. Foul back. He's in the hole, strike 2. Isn't that funny? He threw nothing but curveballs to Zisk and finally struck him out. Looks like he's throwing nothing but heat to Gamble. 2 fastballs. Now he's got him where he can play around with them. 2 strikes or nothing. Bill Campbell ready. Now the pitch. Here it is. Low inside. That was a hard slider. Down around the knees. Broke inside. 2 strikes and a ball. Oscar Gamble digging in. Here's the pitch. Low, ball 2. That was his screwball. Down and out to the left-hand hitter. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runners at first and second. 2 men are out in the 8th. The Red Sox are out in front, 7-3. Oscar Gamble trying to get hold of one. Bill Campbell is set. Campbell to Gamble. A little tap foul. He was really fooled on that pitch. Barely got a piece of it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We're in the top of the 8th with the Red Sox leading 7-3. Now the signal given. The pitch on the way. Here it is. Base hit. A run's going to score. Another man's around second holding up. Now he's going to third. And he slides into third base. Well, George is the funniest base runner I've ever seen. The ball is hit. He runs like the Dickens to second base. Now he stops. Now he looks. And now he starts up again.
He's wondering if the coach is going to get mad. He comes over there.
But Gamble came through. And now it's 7-4. And Jim Spencer represents the tying run. Oh, if he can get hold of one. Spencer is 0 for 3 tonight. This is a spot where you know he'll be going for it. It's a tough home run for a left-hand hitter here unless you pull the ball right down the line. And, of course, Spencer is a good pull hitter. Here's Campbell getting ready. Now the stretch. Here's the pitch. Swung at a screwball, and he missed it. Strike one. Well, the White Sox have scored on Campbell. Chet Lemon next. Come on, Spence, get hold of one. The pitch. Held up, the screwball broke into the dirt. A ball and a strike. Oscar Gamble drove in his 41st run of the year to make it 7-4. Now Spencer ready. Campbell is set. There's the stretch. Here's the pitch. Bouncing ball, foul outside first. And now he's in the hole, 2 strikes and a ball.
The way Scott is guarding first base, there's no way he's going to hit it by him over the bag.
No, he's guarding that line. 2 strikes and a ball. 7-4. Jim Spencer digging in. Now the sign. Now the pitch. Here it is. High, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I'd like to see Jim hit one off the left center field wall here. He can do it. Guard the plate with 2 strikes.
Runners at first and third, a run home. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now the pitch. Pulled it foul again. Attaboy, Spence, stay alive. 2 balls, 2 strikes. White Sox trying to come off the floor. They were behind 3-0. 3-1, 6-1, 6-3, 7-3. Now 7-4 with a tying run at the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Campbell is ready. Here's the pitch. Tapped it foul again. Boy, he's really trying to pull.
And he's choked up on that bat. 2 inches. We've got some guys that are down the end of the bat with 2 strikes. You're the guy that's strong. He's choked up to guard that plate. 2 inches.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Bill Campbell asked for a new baseball. Now the right-hander is set. Spencer calls time, steps out of the batter's box. He wants to make sure he has a chance to get ready up there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now he is set. Campbell is ready. Now the 2-2 pitch. Here it is. There it goes! Way back! It might be out of here! It could be! High score! Holy cow! Spencer hit one out of here! Oh, man! You talk about the wish being the father to the deed, and Spencer enjoying it all. That's 4 home runs that he hit all the last year. And you talk about a clutch home run. That's what you mean by a clutch home run. The White Sox have tied it up. Holy cow! Oh, the Stroh's beer's on me.
Harry choked up on that bat and hit it 485.
7,000 yards.
I love it.
Wow!
Woo, super.
Hey, here's Chet Lemon now, and the pitch a curve in there. A strike call, a 3-run homer by Jim Spencer. come on. Got to win it. 1 strike to nothing. Here's the pitch. There's the goes, but it's foul. Holy cow. Boy, you knew as soon as I left the bat it was home run distance. But it was fouled by about 30 feet or more. So he's in the hole, strike 2 now. Chet Lemon up on top of the plate. Eric Soderholm will be next. The pitch by Campbell. Swung, and he struck him out.
Larry LeGros looks like he'll be coming in, Harry.
4-run inning for the White Sox. Jim Spencer's 3-run homer has tied it up. 4 runs. 3 hits. No errors. Nobody left. We go now into the bottom of the 8th with a score. White Sox 7, Boston 7.
The price of the average new home now exceeds $30,000. The mortgage on that average home is usually repaid over a period of 25 years. The monthly payments towards the interest, principal, taxes, and insurance are a substantial portion of a family's income, and most couples will spend the greater portion of their productive years in making these monthly mortgage payments. That is why we say to you, give serious thought to the quality of construction of that new home. At the end of that 25 years, will it still be a substantial structure, or will it be substandard, requiring constant upkeep? One of the high-quality features to look for in that new home is plastering. Plastering adds fireproofing, soundproofing, and permanence. The small additional cost is repaid many times over in the extra benefits which you receive when you demand the added quality of plastering.
Sponsored by the Chicago Plastering Institute.
Harry Carey back at Fenway Park. We go now into the bottom of the 8th. Butch Hobson will be leading it off against Don Kirkwood.
Number 4.
Mike Schmidt just hit his 27th home run of the year for the Phillies in the 9th inning. Don Baylor hit a homer for the Angels with a man on. And Enrique Romo is relieved for Seattle. The Mets lead the Dodgers 1-0 at the end of 5. What's the final on that St. Louis game?
9-8, Harry, Cardinals.
Cardinals beat Cincinnati 9-8.
Harry, Campbell had allowed, including tonight, in 7 1/3 innings against the White Sox this year, only 1 hit. And we busted loose for those 2 singles and the home run.
A blind pig will get an acorn if he keeps rooting. Here's Butch Hobson to lead it off. Kirkwood's first pitch. Curveball a little bit high. 1 ball, no strikes. Hobson. Nothing out of 2. We're in the bottom of the 8th. All tied up 7-7. Oh, the 3 runs we gave them. A wild pitch. Here's a line drive. The Chet Lemon going back. He's there, makes the catch.
Boy, they are hitting Kirkwood awfully hard.
Thompson line to Lemon. 1 away. In the top of the 9th, we'll have Soderholm and Downing coming up. And then Gar. We can just hold them here, maybe. Can generate another big inning. The White Sox really came off the floor. Behind 3-0. 3-1. 6-1. 6-3. 7-3. And now tied 7-7. Here's a pitch, a base hit. Doyle grounds a single up the middle. I don't know if Kirkwood seems to have good stuff, but they're hitting him. Denny Doyle hit the first pitch sharply up the middle. Here's Rick Miller. He had a 2-run triple in the 6th. And scored on a wild pitch. Steve Stone is off the hook now. And Louis Pion cannot be the winner either. Here's Rick Miller, 1 out, 1 on. Larry LeGros up in the bullpen. Now the pitch. A little wide, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Ball game in the 8th. White Sox have fought back to a tie. The delivery to Rick Miller. Right, good fastball.
It's the first time we've been ahead of him tonight. He's good double play bait.
Rick Miller with a single and a triple. He has driven in 3 runs. Now the stretch, the pitch, Low, ball 2. Considering he had a total of only 12 all year long, you can appreciate that 3 in one game is a lot for him. Here's a throw to first, the runner back. 2 balls and a strike. Kirkwood pitching for the first time in about 3 weeks. 2 balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. Ball 3.
Who's hitting, Babe Ruth?
3 balls and a strike. 7-7 tie. Bottom of the 8th. Now the pitch, here it is. Foul ball to Orta. He's going to take the short play at first. 2 gone. That brings up Burleson. With a go-ahead run at second base, 2 away. Ball game in the bottom of the 8th, tied up at 7. And here comes manager Bob Lemanoff. He's got Larry LeGros in the bullpen. And he wants LeGros. So Kirkwood pitched 1 2/3 innings. Allowed 3 hits, 1 run so far. Didn't walk anybody, didn't strike out anybody. And Larry LeGros comes on. Needing to retire Rick Burleson in order to keep the score tied.
LeGros has won 4 and lost 1. His ERA is 2.17. This will be his 41st appearance. He's got 17 saves, 66 innings he's pitched, given up 54 hits, 18 runs, 16 earned, 7 home runs, 20 bases on balls, and he has struck out 45. He hasn't hit anybody, and 5 wild pitches. LeGros, who is walking in from the bullpen here, it's a long walk. As Kirkwood comes out,
he's got a tough cookie to face, too. Burleson's 1 out of 4 in this game. He's had 7 out of 15 against the White Sox in these last 4 games that these clubs have faced each other the last week or so.
This is the time now when you have to gamble with a guy like Burleson because he tries to hit the ball down through the infield. Your outfielders play as close as they possibly can without hurting themselves too much, but you've got to play in because he is not the long ball hitter in a situation like this.
So Larry LeGros, we have our bullpen ace in, they have their bullpen ace in. The White Sox tied the game against Bill Campbell with 4 runs in the 8th inning, 3 of them on a homer by Jim Spencer. Boy, what big home runs that fellow's hit. It was his 15th home run of the year, more than he hit all the last year. It was his 51st run batted in.
And he was out about 3 weeks with that broken toe, right. So you can imagine just how great he's been for this ball club.
Harry LeGros has pitched 5 times against the Red Sox this year, a total of 6 2/3 innings, and in 4 of those 5 games, he's picked up a save. So of his total of saves that Jimmy just mentioned, 4 of them have been against the Red Sox.
Jim Spencer hit 18 homers with the California Angels in 1971. And last year, his 70 runs batted in was his career high. Here's Burleson now, and it's up to LeGros. 2 men are out, a runner at second base. Score tied 7-7.
Bobby Knopp up on the top of the dugout, moving Orta more into the hole towards right field. They want him to knock that ball down. The infielders have got to knock that ball down.
The outfield playing very shallow, too, to have a play at the plate. Now the stretch by Larry LeGros. First pitch to Burleson. High fly ball in the short center. Bannister goes out, calls for the ball, makes the catch to retire the side. Burleson pops. To Bannister in short center. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. At the end of 8. White Sox 7, Boston 7.
Notice anything different about your car lately? Like maybe it's not running real well? Could be those old spark plugs. If you're waiting for a tune-up to change plugs, you could just be waiting too long. A fresh set of Champion spark plugs alone could give your car faster starts and more passing power. So why wait? Fill her up with Champions, world's #1 seller.
Harry Carey with Jimmy Pearsall and Lauren Brown as we go into the top of the ninth. Eric Soderholm, who started the comeback with a 2-run homer off Louis Tiant in the 7th. The blow that knocked them out. At that time, they were leading. Boston was still leading 6-3. And when they picked up another run in the bottom of the 7th to make it 7-3, they looked in pretty good shape with their ace relief star, Bill Campbell, on the mound. But not against these White Sox. They came back to get 4 and tie it. Here's Soderholm to lead it off. He's hit the ball for a combined total of about 1,375 feet tonight. But he's had one hit. He squibs one right back to the pitch. Easy out on the first pitch. Eric was trying to pull the ball and hit it right off the end of the bat.
His head went one way, his bat went another.
So that's one out is Brian Downing. Downing batting for the first time, hitting .288, 1 homer, 11 runs batted in.
That was worth an inning and 2 for 3 hits, 1 runner, and all the rest good.
So here's Brian Downing. 1 away. Now to wind up the pitch. Fastball a little bit low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. We're in the 9th. Tied up. 7-7. There's the pitch. Ooh, a beauty. Right in there. Downing lunged forward about a yard. Curveball was right in there.
You know, when an umpire like Haller, a veteran, not one player is questioning the decision tonight. He's doing a whale of a job back there.
1-1 pitch. Swung and he missed. Strike 2. 2 strikes and a ball. Well, maybe I figured out how Campbell wins all these games. He comes in, he lets them tie it up, and then shuts you out the rest of the way until his team scores.
I like that. I hope he loses this one.
2 strikes and a ball. Now the delivery. Whoa, look out. A little bit inside.
That wouldn't have hurt.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Ralph Garr would be next. Brian Downing at the plate. We're in the 9th. Now to wind up the 2-2 pitch. That goes! Way back! It might be! It could be! It is! A home run! The White Sox lead! 8-7! Holy cow! Listen to this crowd. They're cheering for the White Sox now.
Millions of dollars don't always buy pennants.
And look at Ralph Garr waiting for Brian Downing. And everybody in the dugout waiting for him. Look at him.
Even he jumped up before he went into the dugout. He was so excited.
So the White Sox have taken the lead now. The Phillies came up with 4 in the 9th at San Diego to tie up the game 4-4. Here's Garr. Boy, that's 2 big home runs. Bill Campbell. Garr has had 1 out of 4. Swung and he missed. Strike 1.
Harry, that was a breaking ball up and away. And he went out with that big bat he used and just flicked it up there.
I was afraid it might go foul, but it stayed right inside that line up against the screen. 1 strike and nothing. Now to wind up the pitch. Here it is. Ground ball to the right of Denny Doyle. Nice stop. He throws. Out on full play. Holy cow, they argue about it. But Ralphie thinks, well, it's getting late. We're already leading. I won't argue. No sense arguing anymore.
Scott, as big as he is, really went way out after that ball for a good stretch. And that's what I think lost that for him.
Looking ahead to the bottom of the ninth, they have Lynn, Wright, and Yastrzemski. So there's 2 out. Here's Alan Bannister. He's nothing out of 3. Now to wind up the pitch. Here it is. Swung, and he missed. Oh, man, this could have been an easy ball game to win. We gave him 4 runs.
Steady, Dad. We're in it.
Now to wind the pitch. Strike 2, sidearm. Caught the outside corner. 2 strikes to nothing. The White Sox behind. 6-1 going into the 7th. Here's the pitch. A little tap to the third baseman. That's going to be easy. There's the peg for the out. 1 run, 1 hit. No errors, nobody left. We go to the bottom of the ninth. Score. White Sox 8, Boston 7.
When Bernhard Stroh left Germany for America many years ago, he didn't leave empty-handed. He took with him a great family brewing tradition begun by his grandfather in 1775. Max Good, his father told him, make it good. Bernhard Stroh did. He brewed his beer with loving care to make sure it was worthy of the Stroh name. Today, Bernhard Stroh's great-grandsons do the same. The Stroh Brewery Company, Detroit, Michigan.
Your telephone and your radio. That's all it takes to win in the great QN on WMAQ.
You just won yourself a $350 color TV.
Oh, goodness.
You've just won yourself a $100 bill.
Oh, fantastic. You are $1,000 richer. Oh, you're kidding.
Better get ready. There's another QN coming up on WMAQ.
Back at Fenway Park, where the White Sox need 3 outs to win a dramatic victory here. You notice the 4th consecutive game on this road trip that the White Sox have hit 3 home runs in a game. I wonder if that's some kind of a record. And it's the 11th time this year that they have hit 3 homers in a game, and the 4th consecutive game that they've done it. Here is Freddie Lynn. Look out. Larry LeGros. Into the windup, the pitch. Right in there, a slider, a strike call.
Fisk is playing 375 feet away.
They got a guard against a long ball here. Now to wind up the pitch, here it is. High, that evens it up, a ball and a strike. Larry LeGros could pick up his 5th victory of the year.
And Lemon needs a cab to get back from center field.
Now the pitch. Foul ball back. I got it, Jimmy. I'll protect you. I needed my net on that. Come on out from under the counter, Jimmy.
Harry,
I'll protect you guys.
My fans are thinking that you're telling the truth, but you had trouble getting your belly up off that chair.
That wasn't very nice. Did you see that doctor this week? Here's the pitch. Strike! Great call. A fastball. 1 away.
Boy, what
2 more to go. What a pitch that was.
Walk this guy.
Jim Rice, who's 3 out of 4 tonight. He homered with a man on in the 1st. It's power against power here. Larry LeGros, a hard thrower. And Rice, a hard hitter. The wind, the pitch. Swung at a breaking ball, and he missed.
What good motion on that breaking ball.
1 strike to nothing, 1 out. Ball game of the 9th. Sox are leading 8-7. Oh, what a comeback. I think it's about the 4th or 5th time this year the White Sox, being behind 5 or 6 runs, have come back to either win it or tie it. Now the pitch, here it is. Little low outside.
This kind of a game is very bad on a triple bypass.
A ball and a strike, 1 out. We're in the 9th. The windup. The pitch. He taps it foul, another curveball. And he's out in front of him now, 2 strikes and a ball. And I tell you, if Larry LeGros keeps the stuff he's got, Dick O'Connell and the Boston Red Sox family are going to feel they gave the wrong guy that $1.5 million. 2 strikes and a ball. Be careful now.
Throw it in the dirt.
Now the wind, the pitch. Here it is. Barely missed with it. Boy. Curveball, and he missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jim Rice tied with George Scott for the American League home run lead. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Ball 3. Fastball low. Now, be careful. Carl Yastrzemski next. White Sox are leading 8-7. Boy, I told you back there when the score was 6-1 about how you're never safe in this ballpark.
3 balls and 2 strikes. Harry, what do you throw this guy?
I got to throw him the breaking ball.
I'll buy that, even if you walk him.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the windup. The pitch. Walked in. Tying run on. Here's Yastrzemski. If you can only make this guy hit the ball on the ground at somebody, because he's playing with a very, very bad leg. Spencer comes over to talk to Larry LeGros. Carlton Fisk would be next.
This just moved back further than he was for Lynn.
1 out, 1 on. Now the stretch. The pitch. Low outside. 1 ball, no strike. Spencer is playing back, not holding the runner on. Playing right behind the runner. Now the stretch. The pitch. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strike. Fisk would be next. And you know Yastrzemski will be going if the pitch is good. 2 balls, no strike. Here it is. Double play ball. Orta. Spanish to 1. Shot twist. Shot twist. Shot twist. Holy cow. Everybody congratulating everybody. And why not? Was this ever a team victory? Why was it ever a team victory? And look at those White Sox. They're acting like they just won the pennant. And who knows? Maybe they just have. Holy cow, what a game to win. And what a game to come home on. And if you're not at that ballpark tomorrow night, shame on you. Final score. The White Sox 8 and Boston 7. What do we do now? We have a spot?
Many years ago, a great Greek thinker stated the first law of mathematics.
You can't put 2 pounds of olives in a 1-pound bag.
Today, Datsun has actually disproved this.
Come on.
It's true, because for the money, each of Datsun's 18 models includes lots of standard features that most other cars don't.
Go ahead, name one.
Power assist front disc brakes, reclining bucket seats, tinted glass, full carpeting.
I said just one.
Add to that Datsun's operating economy, low purchase price, high resale value, plus a coast-to-coast parts and service network.
Hold it, will you? I would like to restate my first law of mathematics.
Okay, how?
With orchestra and chorus in a 1.
Suddenly it's gonna dawn on you how little a Datsun's gonna cost you. Suddenly